There was a time in my life where I thought I had everything figured out in my online education business. Not until I discovered a missing piece. And what was that? It was me understanding my customers. It was this journey that led me into uncovering a high converting marketing funnel. Since I discovered this high converting marketing funnel, I've worked with big brands, including two of my major highly profitable businesses, Benefit 247 and Live Renown Academy. Both of them are making over 100 million naira every single year. As you can tell, I have been creating a lot of marketing funnels in order to be able to achieve this particular feat. Over 100 of funnels have been done, highly profitable, and they are still making profit till date. This video is my attempt to help you uncover the perfect marketing funnel for your own business in 7 clear steps. At the end of this video, you should be able to know what it takes to be able to create a high profitable marketing funnel that will convert your prospect into high paying clients. Let's get into this video. Whether you are a seasoned marketer or you are just starting out in marketing with your own business or for someone else, this video will be exactly what you will need. These steps are based on my own success and my experiences over the years. Before I dive into these 7 simple steps, have you ever wondered why some business do so well when it comes to attracting clients and retaining this particular client, but other business fail at it woefully? The difference is in their marketing funnel. Now, let me uncover what steps is needed to be able to achieve this great feat. Step number 1 in creating a highly profitable marketing funnel is identifying your best customers. Guys, not everybody is your customer. Not every person that is looking for product in the marketplace is there for you as your customer. What does it matter, you might ask? Not all customers are created equal. Identifying your best customer is like finding a gold mine. Now, how do you do this? All you need to do is to analyze your customer data and find out the major characteristics between your customers. You see, you must have a valuable customers. For instance, customers who are always paying on time, or who likes your product, or who are always giving you positive reviews and feedback. These are your customers. When the customer value your product highly, that simply means that customer is one of your most valuable customer, and that is your best customer. So what is now your goal? Whenever you find a customer who values your products and services, what you need to do is for you to engage with that particular customer. Focus on serving these customers that value your products highly. When you do that, you will get the following result. Number 1, you're going to have high engagement. You're going to get better positive feedbacks. And number 3, you're going to be able to get repeat customers. These guys are going to keep coming back to you because you are focusing on them. You are not putting your energy into customers that don't value your service and products. The most important thing about this part is that once you discover your best customer, your marketing effort begins to streamline. It now gets easier for you to target these particular people. And that is one of the things that you will always want when it comes to marketing. In the world full of noise and the market is saturated with too much information, there is need for speed. No. There is need for simplicity. That is why step number 2 is make a simple message. Create a simple marketing message. Do not make too much message when you are putting your product on the marketplace. You need to create a message that cuts through the noise and very simple, that your client or customer or people you are trying to attract will understand what you are saying. They need to know what you are saying at the first glance when they interact with your product online. Step number 2, which simply to create a simple marketing message. A simple marketing message, like I said, will cut through the noise. You might want to ask, how do I get that done? How do I do that? Here is how to do that. Clearly articulate what you offer and the value what you offer brings to the marketplace. Simple and short. Whenever you are doing that, you need to get the following impact. Number 1, make sure your message is well understood. Number 2, make sure your message can be remembered. If you are able to get these 2 things, then you're going to impact people who are engaging with you in the most impactful and positive way that will lead them to understanding what your product is and cut through the noise. Then they begin to engage with you about your product and services. Now let's talk about step number 3. I love this step number 3 because it's one of the first things I did when I started out in my own business. In the world whereby Everything you're looking for is digital. Your website is your storefront. So step number 3 is you building a great marketing website. You can't be a marketer without a storefront where people can go interact with you and purchase your products. How do you get that done effectively? You must remember, your website must do more than just giving people information. Your website must be built in a way that it implements best practice of allowing users to go there, easily accessible to them. When they go to the website, it should be user-friendly and let the experience be awesome. Let them not be finding it too difficult to buy or to click or to learn more or to even contact you. It should be as easy as possible once they are on your website. It should be straight to the point. So when you are doing it, just put it in mind that your website should be straight to the point. It should be very clear to understand when readers are reading it. Then also, you have to make sure that your website is not too busy. It should be simple. When your website is simple, it helps to increase conversion rate, which simply means that when you have a lot of people going to your website, out of 100 of them, possibly your conversion rate should be around 30% if your website is very good. I mean, 30 of them are going to patronize you, opt into your email list, or even try to find out about your product that will eventually lead to sales. They are no more in 2000s or even 2010 or even 2020. In this year, let me tell you one secret. Instead of even having a full-fledged website when you're starting out, I would suggest you start with a simple landing page or a sales page. This does the magic. A sales page will just help your audience go straight to the point, get what they are looking for, and they buy it. Instead of trying to do a full website where you have everything done, you might consider a sales page. I have a video that I did about how to create a compelling sales page that will help you sell 10x compared to what your website will do for you. So after this one, quickly go and watch that particular video in order to update your knowledge about how to create a wonderful sales page. Step number 4 is a step you're going to enjoy, but this is a step that I ignored for a long time. I've been running my business for over 5 years. I refuse to implement one of the most important strategies when it comes to marketing. That is email list. Building an email list. I didn't build my email list. I was getting email, but I didn't even pay attention to the emails, right? I didn't even care. All what I needed was, I needed the sales. I want them to do what I want them to do. And that's all. No follow-up, no implementation of even how to keep getting more emails. I didn't do all of that until after 5 years into the business. Then I decided to implement email marketing. So I started building email lists intentionally. That literally 10x my conversion. My conversion went up the roof and sales started coming in more than usual. We didn't even change anything. Marketing was still going on the same thing. Our paid advert was still the same thing. Also, our social media campaigns and our organic was still the same thing. Nothing changed, but just implementing a powerful email list. We started building it and we implemented some of the strategies for follow up with email. Then I noticed a 10x in my business. This is one of the most important things that you will ever do in your own business. Build a powerful email list from the get-go. Don't wait till 5 years like I did. Just start with an email list. Start building on the first stage of your business. Now, whenever you have an email list, it is a direct way to maintain relationship between you and your client. Not only that, email lists provide you with an option. When your client don't want to buy today, you continue to nurture them until they are able to buy whenever they are ready. And that brings us to point number 5, which is creating a nurture campaign. A nurture campaign is where the money is. Now, email lists will come, contact will come from your advertisement, from your paid ads, from your organic ads, from referrals. But the sales, the money is in the follow-up. And the follow-up, how you get that done is through nurture campaigns. Creating a nurture campaign is how you make money on autopilot. Have you ever heard the word, the money is in the follow-ups? Now, you need to know that not everybody that comes into your email or into your contact from whatever place is ready to buy immediately. Some are coming to make inquiries, some others are coming to check if your product is good. Some are even your competitors. Once you create a nurture campaign, it continues to nurture them one after the other until when they are ready to buy. Now, the goal of a nurture campaign is not to sell immediately. It's to prepare them for whenever they are ready to buy, it will be easy for them to buy. At that point, you will be the go-to person. You'll be the person that they're looking for. You'll be the person that will be like, oh, I remember this guy has been telling me about this particular product. I think now I'm ready. I have a need for it now and I want to buy. The first person they're going to think about is Henry. Oh, Henry is that guy that talks about how to start business. Or Henry is that guy that talks about how to study online and have a BSc degree in the shortest possible time and also acquire the best knowledge you need to have. Right? They will just remember me at that instant and I'll be the first person they are going to ring to get that sale immediately. And that's what Nurture Campaign does for you. Point number 6. While we might be talking about how Nurture Campaign prepare your clients or prepare your prospects and turn them eventually into buyers, not all Nurture Campaigns has the potential to turn these guys into buyers. You need to make the ask at a point. You need to be able to get to a point where you yourself will ask for it to be given unto you. I don't know if you remember the Bible verse that spoke about ask and shall be given unto you. I believe that is Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. So in the business world, you need to ask. You need to ask your client at a point. Some of them are not that you need to make that particular sale, or you're interested in selling them what will help their life and help them become better versions of themselves, right? So you need to be able to ask at a point, and how you get that done is by creating a sales campaign. Sales campaign is fantastic. So now you know that not everybody is going to buy automatically. Sales campaign is the magic bullet that helps them to take that particular step of buying at any point in time, even though they are not ready, but they need the product. Okay, how do you create a sales campaign that converts effectively? You need to understand that sales must not be pushy, right? You don't need to be pushy when you're trying to make a sale. Sales can be done automatically without even the person knowing that you are selling him something. But they will perceive it as though you are helping them to grow, which is really how you get to sell, right? Selling is not convincing people to buy what they don't need or what they don't have money to buy. It is persuading people to buy what they need, that you know that they need, and you are helping them take that particular step. So the right kind of balance between your nurture campaign and your sales campaign is going to cause a particular kind of synergy that will lead to sales. Now, when you're doing this, you need to know that you don't need to be too passive when you are sending a sales campaign. At the same time, you don't need to be too pushy, right? But eventually you must make that particular ask. That is why I created a series to help you in every point that I've been mentioning so far, right? I have a series. In this particular series I went deep down into all the strategies that you can use to implement your sales campaign. And how do you get that done in your sales campaign? So usually when you are creating a sales campaign, you need to be able to use one of the following or the combination of these particular techniques. For instance, in your sales campaign, you should have urgency, right? You should have urgency. You should have discount opportunity for them so that they can buy at a discounted rate. You should be able to have testimonials telling them about how other people are using your product and they are killing it, or is helping them to become better version of themselves if you are in the productivity need, whatever thing that you're doing. Or you can make use of the scarcity techniques where you let them know that this particular offer is limited. So these are the techniques that you must employ whenever you are creating a sales campaign. Whenever you use these particular techniques, you will increase your likelihood of converting your prospect into clients in no time, and they are going to love you for that. All right, if you want to master this particular key skill, because it's very important for any business, I would suggest you read the book Influence by Robert Cialdini, or you can watch my video where I broke down all the various techniques in creating a sales campaign after watching this particular video. That will do a lot for you. But not the least, on how to build a highly profitable marketing funnel is onboarding. Guys, I don't know how to express myself when it comes to onboarding, but I call onboarding serving your value, as you can see. Now, onboarding is way beyond what a lot of people think it is. It is during the onboarding that you create the dominoes effect. That is where you turn your current clients into repeat customers. Just imagine after going to a restaurant and paying for your food, but after paying for the food and they serve you, you discover that the way they serve you, you don't like it. The person that served you was very insulting, or the person is not well kept, or that is a particular manner that you don't like during the service. That's exactly what happens when we are onboarding our clients. After they paid us for the service, we just allow them to just do stuff on their own. And when you do that, you miss the entire point of getting the repeat customer. Onboarding is an opportunity for you to walk them through how to enjoy your product so that you can get a better review. Because if you don't walk them through how they can enjoy it, the value of what they pay for, how to maximize what they have paid for, you're going to get the best outcome out of this. That is why during the onboarding, it's an opportunity for you to be able to walk them through what they need to do with your product, how to get the benefit of your product, and how it can help them overcome whatever challenges they have that made them to come to you in the first place. Now, you need to understand that the sales is just the beginning of the journey. The sales is just the beginning. The onboarding is another step towards helping the customer enjoy your service. Now, following these 7 steps is how you create a highly profitable marketing funnel. So guys, I want to share with you a story about how these particular steps helped me in my business and the lesson I've learned. And I think this is key to implementing this particular strategy. You know, something that happened to me when I started Lipreneur Academy. At first, I was thinking that my client are a certain group of people. So I was targeting these particular people, spending a lot of money on advert, trying to get new clients, trying to get new students and all that. Not until we discovered that we are targeting the wrong people, because at that point, we didn't even understand who our audience were. We don't know who are our ideal customer. So we're spending so much money trying to advertise and appeal to people who are not even our audience. And that taught me a lesson, that you must understand who your audience are, even before spending so much money on ads. And there is a way to do that. That is why my next video is about how to identify your best customer so that you can start spending or even tailoring your message to target them effectively. That is how you 10x your marketing campaign tremendously with less amount of time. So now that you've been able to know what it takes for you to create a high converting and profitable marketing funnel, let's dive deeper into how to discover your best customers. Did you know that 80% of your future revenue in your company today or in your business will be coming from 20% of your current existing customers? Diving into the secret of knowing who are those 20% of your customers that are responsible for 80% of your future revenue and thereby transforming your business. All right, while we are looking into how to mine the data out of the gold mine of the pool of your clients that you currently have in your business. Now, let me tell you why you need to pinpoint your best customer and why this knowledge is a gold mine. My personal experience with Lipreneur Academy, an online education platform that currently makes over 100 million naira per year, is an eye-opener. Coupled with the fact that using AI to understand how this data work, how to really analyze this data in such a way that it will redefine your marketing campaign, is something else. Now, when it comes to identifying your best customer, there are some common traps that a lot of business fall into. Yes, my business is a business that serves almost everybody in the world. Everybody needs it. It's a food business, or it's a business that will cure any lean pocket. Your business does not need everybody to patronize it. Not everybody is your client. That is a trap. No business is designed to serve everybody. So cut that out. It's a noise, right? That is a noise in your business. Your business must have specific people that it must cater for. So that is just a trap. Number 2, yes, my business is a kind of business that needs to start broad. Then later I can specify and start serving some group of people. That is also another lie. You should do it the other way around, right? Start with certain group of people, then broaden the group as you grow. Except if you are a billion-dollar company. Even a billion-dollar company will not do that. They will have specific target to go for. Then the third trap that a lot of business fall into is the fact that, oh, let me allow the market to decide what kind of product that I'm going to produce. When you allow the market to decide what kind of product you are going to produce, it means that you are just out there, you have your money, you have all that you need. So you're just waiting for them to say, I need this, then you go and provide it. I need this, then you go and provide it. If you are that type of company, then I wish you well. It means you already have everything figured out. But if you're just starting out or you're a medium company, you should know that you must come with a value to the marketplace. Then, when the value you come into the marketplace with is not serving the market, then you will now be able to know what exactly, in what shape or form does the market really need your value. Then you can now adopt you can now pivot and now start to serve them that part of value. But you must always come up with something. Nothing comes for nothing. You must always come into the marketplace with something in your hands. So with that out of the way, let us go straight into how you can identify who are your best customers in 3 easy steps. So you need to know the purpose of why you are identifying your best customers. You are doing this because it's a crucial step when it comes to your marketing strategy. Now, identifying your best customer is going to save you a lot of headache. It's going to help you get more customer satisfaction. It's going to help you get customers that will give positive feedback. And most importantly, it's going to lead to repeat customers and also referrals. So that is why you are doing this. If you don't need this, you will not need to go through this particular process. So step number 1, when it comes to finding who are your best customers, is by analyzing your customers' data. I presume that you already have a business that you're running right now. And all you need to do is to analyze your data, current data, to find out who are my best customer. What characteristics do they have? Now, the goal of doing this particular first step is to find out the following characteristics among your best customers. You need to find out what is their age, what is their buying or purchase history and behavior. You need to find out what is their demography. You need to find out what is their engagement level and their preferences. If you are able to group certain group of people with these particular characteristics, then you are on your way to finding out who your best customers are, so that you can start to serve those particular people or that group of people. Now, the good news is you don't need to do this manually anymore. AI can help you do this, but you need to know what to look out for. What do I need the AI to look out for? How, where, and what exactly are my major area of concentration? Now, let me walk you through these particular steps. Number 1 step is you need to gather customer data from sales, feedbacks, online surveys, and analytics, or survey of whatever sort that you might want to use. Number 2, you need to look out for patterns. So you need to know who are your top performing customers. Where are they? What do they like? And what do they have in common? If you are able to know who are your top performing customers and what they have in common, then you are on your way to understand who are the best of the best, the la creme de la creme of your customers. Step number 3 is for you to segment these customers based on their purchase history, buying behavior, and demography. Then last step, when it comes to analyzing this data, all you need to do is, after having step 1, step 2 to step 3, step 4 is to tailor message that target this group of people that you're able to get from your analysis. So you need to target them with the precise message that speaks to their need, that appeals to what they are looking for, and that meets exactly why they came and what they have in common, and what is the reason they are coming for your service or value that you offer. Now, remember I talked about using AI to do this. Yes, you'll be able to use AI to get this step done. You don't even need to do it yourself, right? The AI is going to do this for you. And when it comes to AI and machine learning, is that they can go through this data and analyze the data based on this particular criteria that I mentioned. And they will be able to even predict who are other type of clients that can join this particular category. And they also predict, if you start to sell this particular client, how much are you going to earn at the end of the year or month? This is crazy. This is crazy. It's mind-blowing. So some of the AI that you can use for this analytics is Google Analytics or Adobe Sensei. I created a video about AI tools that you can use for your business in 2024 and beyond. You can click here after watching this video to go and watch this particular video and see the AI tools that are suitable for this kind of data analysis. Then begin to use them in your business. Step number 2 is recognizing customer value. Now, after identifying these particular customers based on your analysis, now you need to be able to start prioritizing them in your marketing messages. So remember what I said before, your customers are those who truly value your offer, who truly value your product and services, and they don't mind buying over and over, and they even show it by how they purchase and with their feedback as well, and how it meets their need. These are your best customers. So what you need to do now in this step 2 is for you to prioritize them. See, simple as that. Prioritize this particular group of people. You will be able to increase your engagement and finally turn them into your brand ambassadors. Focusing on this customer will naturally lead into higher engagement and brand loyalty, because they've noticed that you are putting more effort in prioritizing them and making your business about them. This is a no-brainer, guys. To lead to brand engagement, higher positive feedback, and repeat customers. This is what every business needs. This is what every business wants and needs in order to continue to grow. Step number 3 is tailored marketing effort. You see, the moment you're able to go through step number 1, analyzing your customer data, and step number 2, which is recognizing your customer value, step number 3 is tailored marketing effort. Now, when you have gotten step 1 and 2 down, it will help you in tailoring your marketing effort. This time around, you are not trying to speak to anybody in the air. You're not trying to focus on anybody and everybody. You have certain group of people and you know what they need. You are tailoring your marketing effort to suit this particular group of people because they are your best customers. So the goal here is create a marketing campaign that resonates with this ideal client that you have been able to identify. Automatically, when you are able to do this, this will lead to brand loyalty and higher conversion rates whenever they are making a purchase from you. The next step is, if you find this video valuable and you've not liked the video already, please like the video, and you're not a subscriber, subscribe to this particular channel, and let's go to the next step. So I shared this story before, what happened to me at Leadpreneur Academy. So when we started out, we were targeting students from the age of 18 upward, and we were like, oh, these students, they are looking for admission into universities. So what we need to do is for us to target our message. So we start saying, oh, are you looking for school? Come and apply for school and all that. You know what? We're actually getting leads that were not converting. They were not turning into students. They were not even coming to school. They were not continuing the process. After analyzing our customer data, we discovered that most of our customers are not those people that we thought are our customers. Usually, we discover that our customers are from 40 to 45. Why? Because it is the parents of these students that actually look for the schools. That's what our data showed us, that we should be targeting the parent. So we now change our marketing message into targeting the parent, who are the people who are actually making the decision. They are the ones who get the school, and they are the ones who decide what type of school their child should go, if they have the money to pay for it, if the school have what they are actually looking for. Like for instance, a school that will not go on strike, a school that will not allow the student to finish school after 7 years or 8 years, when they are supposed to finish their school within 3 to 4 years. The parents are the one doing all this calculation. The students themselves most times don't do that. They will get the school and they will show the parents, say, oh, look at this, look at one particular school that I saw. And they will not explain to their parents a lot of things about the school. But imagine you target the parent directly, because your data showed you that this is the number of people that are looking for what you are selling, and this is what they look like. This is their demography, and this is what they are looking for when it comes to your service. You see, that is how we're able to pivot. That's how we're able to change our marketing message and tailor it to our best clients. As I'm telling you, that changed the game for us. We stopped spending too much money on ads. Now we are getting a lot more conversion rate, and we are targeting the right set of customers. Now they come and they are very happy with the kind of service that we provide to them, because the marketing and every process is tailored to suit them. Like I said, 80% of your future revenue is going to come from your 20% of your current existing plan. So how do you multiply how much you make in the nearest future? All you need to do is to increase your current existing clients. Increase by following this particular step. Increase their ability to be able to refer their friends to you. So if you increase that bottom line, you are also going to increase every other thing that will make your business go 10x, 20x, 30x, and 100x eventually. So you must understand that the goal of marketing is to understand your customers so well that your product and services fit these customers in every shape or form. So guys, now that you're able to find out the 3 steps of how to identify your best customers, you need to know what to do with these customers. I have a bonus point for you. That's a strategy of one audience, right? So let me explain this particular strategy to you. The one core audience strategy is very, very important after you've identified your best customers. Now, this is how you go about it. Now, this strategy focuses on captivating your one core audience. Remember what I said, you might have other people who are interested in your products, but your goal, your first goal is to those people that you have identified that these are my best set of clients. In order for you to continue to serve this kind of people, this same category of people, you need to come up with this one core audience strategy. that helps you to captivate this group of people. So in your messaging, you are only speaking to this core audience. You are not interested in other people that are interested. Just speak to this core audience on the get-go on all of your messaging campaign. This will build momentum and also create a domino effect of referrals. So once you have that done and you are serving your best clients and they are giving you best reviews and they are happy with the kind of service that you're providing to them, then you can now start going into a broader audience. Now start tailoring your message and making it a little bit broad. Your core customers are already referring other set of people to you. You will now go back to your data, analyze it again, and see the difference and see how your audience are growing and begin to tailor your message based on that. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, oh, but me, I don't have a business. I'm about to start. Yes, all the steps I mentioned are very, very effective, especially when you already have an existing business. But what about for those of you who are just starting out? You don't have customer data already to analyze. You don't even have people to talk to and all that to do the steps that I'm talking about. Let me tell you what to do about it. If you are a new business, this is what you do. You go and analyze the data of your competitors. Look for other businesses that are doing the same thing in the same industry. Go and analyze their data. You can do this by surveying. You can go to Amazon, go and review what people are saying about other products. Or go to places like answerthepublic.com. Check for the kind of question people are asking pertaining to the kind of product you want to create. You can just use other people's data and continue with step number 2 and step number 3, then make your product available onto the market space. After doing that, your product that you have presented to the marketplace, once they start to patronize you, you will now have your data and do the analysis again. From there, you can grow. What about people who are in business but they don't have direct data from their customer? For instance, if you are streaming on Netflix or you are streaming on Spotify don't have my data directly, but they have something very important. For instance, they have my behavior. They know the kind of thing that we stream. They know the kind of movies that we watch on Netflix. They are still able to gather data from customer behavior. Once I'm logged into the platform, they understand my behavior and the kind of music I listen to. The same process applies to these brands of business. Whether you are starting a new business or you already have a business or your business does not have direct customer contact, you can still be able to apply these same rules and steps for you to get your best customer and start to serve them effectively. Now, before you leave this video, let me give you an assignment because I want to make sure you succeed in this. I've given this assignment in the first video. I'm giving the same assignment this time around. I need you to go and create your customer avatar. Make sure you create your customer. Know who are the people that your business is serving, or who are the people that your business is going to be serving. This is the foundation. This is the fundamental of understanding what to produce, how to provide it effectively, and how to retain people in your business. Have you ever wondered why some marketing messages stick to your mind and others fade away? In today's business world, the art of crafting messages that does not only stick to mind but also transform businesses is one of the most important parts of creating a successful marketing funnel. I'm going to be revealing the secret behind creating powerful marketing messages crucial for sales and marketing funnel. Then I'll be walking you through some of the pitfalls when creating your own marketing messages. And finally, hand you the tools you need to master the art of communication that resonates with your ideal customer. When it comes to mastering the art of communication and marketing messages, there are two major, very, very powerful techniques. These techniques are used by all the major brands you know. Name them all. They use all these techniques I'm going to be revealing to you in this video. This technique is one of the most powerful tools you need as an arsenal in your marketing campaign toolbox. Now, by the time I reveal the secret and the techniques behind some of your most favorite brand, you will start noticing this marketing plot, and then you will understand what exactly is going on and why you are taking action the way you do. Now, before we dive into these two major techniques I'll be revealing to you today, let's talk about some of the major pitfalls that is killing over 99% of business marketing campaigns and making them to fail woefully. Now, let us address the elephant in the room. The number one pitfall that always occurs is this. We call it internal bias. If you create your own product, most times you have a blind spot for your product. So you don't really know how people are going to resonate with this particular product, or You don't really know what is the kind of marketing messages that you're supposed to put out there, because you are over familiar with the product and it is your product. So you don't really see what people are seeing whenever they engage with your product. This is called internal bias. You need to make sure you avoid this particular trap, because most marketing messages are based on internal bias, not data that is available in the market space. Internal bias is one of the major causes of marketing message mismatch. For you, you might be saying what you think is okay. Meanwhile, people receiving your message are getting a different message because they are not aligning. Now, moving on to number 2. A lot of businesses lose their audience due to industry jargons or technicalities. They use industry words like, oh, the peperosa is the same thing inside the menorrhoza. You can get it into the ammaculosa and put it here and you get it there. And that is the amalgamation of the two in one. You see, these are industry jargons. Not everybody understands what you're saying, right? So that communication gap must be closed, right? If you are writing your marketing message, you must make sure that you avoid industry jargons, because not everybody is in your industry. After all, your clients are here to understand that you have the value to their problem. They are not after your lectures, they are after your solution. So let your message be very clear, precise, straight to the point, addressing their pain point, addressing them, telling them that you have the value that they need and your value is going to absolutely solve their problem, and that's it. Number 3 is very, very crucial. You see, a lot of businesses forget about one of the most important aspects that cause we humans to make our decision when it comes to decision. You see, businesses, they focus on facts and figures, utilizing the logical part of humans, but forgetting the emotional aspect of humans. So emotional appeal is one of the pitfalls that so many business owners forget when it comes to marketing messages. Even though fact and figures are very important and necessary, but the emotional connection is the major driver of decision making when it comes to clients and customers patronizing you and your services. So with these 3 major pitfalls, once you understand these 3 things, you are way above 99% of business owners out there wasting money on campaigns and trying to talk to people in a way that they feel is comfortable for them, instead of trying to find a way to really appeal to their emotion, eradicate industry jargon, and also make sure they close the communication gap. Once you're able to get that done, step 1, now let's dive into technicalities, techniques that you can use to communicate effectively and also create a marketing message that turns prospects into clients and clients into recurring clients, thereby making you 10x your business. Now, these 2 major techniques when it comes to crafting effective marketing messages that resonate with your client, they are based on what we call the core of effective marketing messages. And you need to understand that every effective marketing message has 3 parts. The first part is customer's perspective. Every of your messages must speak to the customer, what he wants and how he feels. Your messages must be about the customer's feelings and what they really want. It must be about their pain, it must be about their solution, it must be about how you're going to help them, and eventually how you and your product can effectively give them the transformation that they desire. So your messaging is going to be all about the customer's perspective, not your own perspective, but the customer's perspective. Now, the second thing you need to know when it comes to creating core effective messaging, you need to understand that transformation must be over information. Don't overload your clients and prospects with over information. Instead, with transformation, let your message pinpoint the right thing at the right time and let them know exactly what you are bringing to the table so that they can connect with you logically and emotionally. So always think about this second point: transformation over information whenever you're creating your marketing message. Now, you need to understand that whenever you want to create a message that will imply transformation to the clients and to the customer who are listening to you, you must make it about them. Your messages must not be about your person, your product, or your process. It must only be about the transformation they desire. That is what your message is all about. You need to understand that before they start to use your product or your service, they don't know how good it will be. They don't even understand what it takes. They don't even have an idea of what you have. It might be the best product in the world, but let me tell you the truth. Even if you have the best product in the world and your messaging does not communicate the transformation your product has to offer, that product will not move the needle. That product is not going anywhere your message must be way more powerful, must be impactful and shows transformation. That is the only way people can understand what you have and they cannot follow and take the desired action. The last part is the goal. Now, whenever you're crafting your message must have a specific goal, and that goal must be clear, straight to the point, and it must be transformative. Strictly talking about the customer's desire, the customer's solution, and letting the customer know you understand the pain and you are here to help them move from pain into pleasure. That must be your goal. So how do you get these three most important things done in your message? And that is where I will talk about the two most important techniques. Number one is this: problem, solution, result model. That is the techniques number one when crafting your message. In this model, the first part of it is the problem. This involves where you clearly articulate the problem or the issues that this client are facing. You clearly articulate it. You say, these are you so person facing this particular problem. You are very clear and you know the problem they are having, and you clearly state the problem in your message. This will help them align with you logically, because they will discover that you understand the problem that they have, and that simply means that you might have solution to their problem. That will be the direct logical thought. Whenever people see that you understand their problem, you are one step towards helping them get solution. Now, once you're able to do the first part of identifying and articulating the problem that your client or prospect are having, the step number two is solution. After you do that, at this step, you're going to now present your own service, your own product or your offer as the one and only answer to the problem that they face. So at this point, you're going to present your product and services as the authoritative solution to their problem. Then, once you be able to do that, go to number three. And this number three, where you talk about the result. Now, when it comes to result is always about the benefit, not about the futures. You see, a lot of people get this part wrong. They talk about the problem, the solution, and they don't start talking about the future. You know, our problem, we will take 17 hours to solve it. We will do this. All these are futures. The result part, you have to talk about the benefit. What will be the outcome after you solve their problem? What will be their transformation? How will they feel? What will they now become? Are you going to move them after engaging with you? Are they going to move from point A to point Z? What is the plan? They want to see the transformation. It is at the result part that you articulate the benefit of your product and how it transforms them. So now you have the first model, the problem, solution, and result model. This is a very practical techniques used by almost all the big brands that you see everywhere. From today, start looking at it, you will start noticing how they craft these messages. It's very subtle and it's effective and straight to the point. It's very clear. Now, the goal of this particular technique is to connect with the client or prospect directly, knowing fully well that you understand their problem and you have the solution, and you even know what the future will be for them. It's very clear. Above all, this model makes the message clear and simple, straight to the point. Now, one of the best ways to utilize this particular model, now let me give you an example. For instance, if you happen to run a bike business, let's say you have a bike store in Lagos and all you sell is a bike. So you sell a bike in Lagos. Now, the major problem you are trying to solve is problem of traffic congestion. Now you offer bike as the one and only solution, because a lot of people, when they wake up in the morning, before they get to office, they must have spent about 6 to 7 hours on the road, right? Now you are offering a solution where they can just use their app, book for a bike, and before they know it, they are at their destination. Now, if you want to craft this kind of message, all you need to do using this particular model is to present your message in this format. You will say, first of all, you are going to first call out the problem. The problem here is traffic congestion. The solution here is e-bike for faster transportation or commuting. And the result they are going to get is saving precious time and avoid traffic. You see, this is straight to the point. You have the problem, traffic congestion. You have the solution. You use an e-bike that will help you navigate on time. The result is that it saves them precious time and avoid traffic. This is very straight to the point and simple, and it connects in a very logical manner, and it's very relatable. So this first technique is made popular by Donald Miller in one of his books, Story Brand, and also in the second book called Marketing Simplified. I read that book, very fantastic. Most of what I'm saying is from that particular book. That is one of the major techniques that he uses, and that technique has been replicated by thousands of corporations and brands in their messaging every day. If you want to get the book, link below. You can get the book on Amazon and go through the book and also learn more. The second technique is one of my favorite techniques of all time. This technique was made very popular by Russell Brunson, the owner of ClickFunnels. Now let's go through it. The technique is hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. Very, very beautiful. The first part is hook. In the hook is meant to grab the attention of everyone that is scrolling or sees your message for the first time. This hook is usually very, very compelling. It could be a question or a surprising fact or an intriguing statement. The goal of the hook is to grab attention. It doesn't even matter at a point, even if the problem that the hook is talking about, sometimes it might not even be your problem, but because it is so compelling and the fact is there, you just don't have option but to stop and see what this thing is about, and the hook is usually very, very effective. Then after the hook, the next part is story. This part involves telling a narrative that engages the audience relating to a problem or a surprising fact. This is a more emotionally resonant way. So the goal of this story is to actually connect with prospective and customer in a more subtle way, in an emotional way, whereby they feel that they are part of the story. At this point, your clients or your customers are going to be connecting with you emotionally because the story now gets them. After the hook, they are hungry. The goal of the hook is to open a loop. Now, the story will fill in that particular loop. At that point, they are engaged and they understand what you are talking about, and they can relate with you on a deeper level, usually in an emotional way. Then, after that part, we go to the offer. Now, the offer part is the point whereby after telling them the story and you narrate whatever thing you want to talk about in the story, how the problem started, what happened with the problem, and why they are feeling this way, how you also felt, and these prospects are hooked in the story, then the offer part comes. The offer is now the part that tells them how to get out of the problem that you are explaining to them in the story and in the hook, right? So the offer now is the payoff, the loop that was opened in the first and the second part. This particular strategy, the hook, story, offer, is the most advanced strategy when it comes to marketing and sales techniques. It's very, very powerful. If you want to learn more about this particular strategy, go and read Expert Secret by Russell Brunson. The Expert Secret. Go and read that particular book, link below, so that you can get more ideas on how to use this effectively. Now, you need to understand that the hook, story, offer technique is a major way to connect with the prospective or with the customers in a deeper level, creating a bond, emotion that now allows them to open up to the solution you have to offer. Usually, this makes it very, very simple to sell or to offer them whatever solution you have to the problem that you narrated during the story. This is one of the most effective way marketers and sales individuals get more clients and close their sales and also get their marketing goal met. Now, you need to understand that whenever you're implementing the hook, story, offer, it's a little bit advanced compared to the first model. The first model goal is to send a clear message, very simple, straight to the point, connect in a logical way. The second method is more of a storytelling, captivating thing. Now present your offer to the prospect. This part is a little bit advanced. Sometimes you will need more techniques and skills like storytelling skills, like copywriting skills, and some other techniques required to be able to pull off this particular second strategy. But if you are able to pull it off, it is the best model. Just like I said, it's a little bit of advanced, but it's also the best model. It converts better any day, anytime. So for example, if you want to sell the bike, with the bike example that we did in the first place, if you have an e-bike store or you have a bike store and you're in Lagos, so the first thing you're going to do is like, oh, do you know that 99% of people spend 7 hours in traffic in Lagos, and this is the effect of this and that? A very captivating hook that's going to hook them up and that's going to stop them from scrolling on their social media. You'll be like, wow, do you mean it? Wow, are you serious? Are you for real? Or you say something very, very dramatic like 99% of Lagosians lose their life on traffic. here's how to solve that. So people will be like, wow, what's going on here? Then you now start to relate an emotional story about how somebody started his life in Lagos, spent 30 years on traffic out of the entire life and all that, and by the time you calculate, you discover that he spent most of his time on traffic and nothing to show for it, and now you are presenting your bike as a solution to stop that particular issue from happening to the next person. You see, this will connect the person from a deeper level, in an emotional level, and they will want to do business with you. That's the difference between the first and the second model of crafting your messaging when it comes to marketing. Now, I know the question you're going to be asking me. You're going to be like, oh, now you've given us two models. Which one should I use? What is the best option? And at what point I should use which? And why should I use one over the other? Because I told you the first one is also used by big brand. The second one is also used by big brand. Now, depending on the kind of product you have and the kind of services that you offer, some are better for you to be able to relate with them emotionally. Some just go straight to the point and tell them the solution and that you have it. You don't necessarily need to start digging emotional holes and all that, trying to go deep right at the first instance. Some people are actually turned off by that. But this is my take on it. This is the difference. And let me explain to you how you can use these particular techniques in your business depending on what you're having, and there are major differences. Right? The first one is more straightforward and logical, focusing on rational aspect of the problem and solution. Second one leans towards emotional engagement and storytelling to captivate the audience. So if you are not very good with connecting with people emotionally or telling them a captivating story in your marketing, I suggest you just go with the first model. Just tell them the problem, straight to the point, and do your business that particular way. So the first particular model focus on people who already know their problem and they are ready for solution. But you and I know that a lot of people on the internet have problem and they don't even know they have the problem, and some people don't even agree that that particular problem is a problem for them. So the first model will not work for everybody, but the second model will work for the second class of people who they might not have problem, or they are hiding their problem, or they don't want to identify as though that particular problem is their problem. Now, when you now use the second strategy, the emotion will make them reveal. They will be connected with you in an emotional manner, and they will now agree to take action. This works especially if you are into, let's say, health-related products. There are some health challenges that people will not want to identify with. When somebody has some kind of sickness or disease and it's not visible to everybody, they might not want to acknowledge that they have that particular issue. But when you use the second technique to frame it in such a way that they are emotionally connected and they feel, wow, somebody cares and you understand how I feel, they will be able to open up and take your offer for what it is. So at that point, you might want to go with the second option instead of the first option, especially when you have a product that is a product that people don't like to openly say they have that particular problem. That's when you use the second one. Still on the point, which one should I use? Now, if you are a beginner, you are just starting out, my best option for you is go with the first point, as that point does not really require you to show any proof or talk about any story. Just go straight to the point, and it's easy for anybody to do, right? It's very, very easy. Just know the problem your product solves, present the solution, and tell them the result, and you are good to go. Straight to the point, very clear. You don't need anything. The second one is good for seasoned marketers and salespeople who have a lot of experience in their belt. That experience can help them tell a story about how they started, how they are now helping people, and how they can now help you too. So if you have that kind of experience, that kind of story to back it up, why not? By all means, you can go with the second option and craft the best message ever on the internet and begin to make that particular sale. Guys, now you have gotten the two most important aspects when it comes to crafting effective message that will resonate with your clients and customers and turn them into ambassadors of your products. And they will not stop coming back because you are always saying the right thing that meets their need. Did you know that the secret in transforming your struggling business into a thriving powerhouse literally lies in how you build your marketing website or sales and landing pages? If I told you that mastering the art of effective website creation is a game changer that your business needs, into the world of marketing website and landing pages to uncover the secret that could 100x your profit in the shortest possible time. Now, whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your existing website, this video is packed with all you need in order for you to start building your 100x profitable marketing website or landing pages. In a moment, I'm going to be walking you through 6 essential steps that you need in order to create a stunning website, and your visitors will love you for that. But first, let us address a critical issue that a lot of business owners never put in mind, and this is the cause of over 97% of business website failures. Here are the common problems with business websites, why 97% of them fail. Don't make these mistakes. Of course, that's why you are watching this particular video. Now, the mistake number 1 you don't want to make when it comes to creating your own business website or landing pages is lack of optimization. Guys, I see a lot of business owners and website creators, they just go take a particular template and they start creating their website with it. They don't care if that particular template matches with their goal and with their messages. They just start using it. This is going to cripple your business. So in case you are hiring somebody to work on your website, do not allow them just go get a template and just put your business information. Not all templates are designed to fit in with your own business goals and objectives. So always optimize the template in order for it to align with your business objective and goals. Mistake number 2 is ineffective marketing language. You will see a lot of websites, people just go and carry industry-specific language and terms that we call jargons. They just put on the website. Visitors don't even understand what it means. There is no clear message on what the website is about, what is the problem that you're solving, and how you're solving it, right? So you must make sure your messaging is clear on your website. A lot of business owners get to do this wrongly. They just put in everything that they think is okay for their website, and straight ahead, they put the website up there, and they're expecting to make a lot of sales or conversion. That is never going to happen. Mistake number 3 is the fact that a lot of business websites have missing compelling offers, right? The purpose of a client or a visitor visiting your website is to find a solution. Your offer must articulate that particular solution. This so that you can connect and establish a relationship between you and visitors. When they go to your website, they see that what you're offering matches with the problem that they have, and you articulate how you're going to solve that particular problem. That is how business can thrive when it comes to creating a business website. But I see a lot of business fail to make this happen. So instead, what business owners do is that, or website or business website that I see that usually fail after some time, is that they create a very beautiful website. And do you know that a lot of people think that beautiful website is the same thing as a website that converts? So as a result of that, they ignore optimization and they don't use compelling marketing communication. They don't use the right messages, and also they don't even present their offer properly. As long as the website is beautiful, that is all that matters to a lot of business that fails. But for you, here is what you should do step by step in order for you to build a compelling business and marketing website that will 100x your revenue and profit. Let's get into it one step at a time. Step 1 is find a proven structure. Guys, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Do not go start to create a website from scratch trying to form that you know better than people who are already making money with their own website or landing pages. Don't reinvent the wheel. Go and look for a proven structure. And here is how you do that. So think about websites that are successful and sell products similar to your own product, right? Now, when it comes to this, what we are looking for is a website that has high sales, simple design, easy navigation, and mobile friendliness. And in order to do this, there is a tool that I've been using for over a decade now, and this tool is called SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb will help give you all the intel you need to know about website that is converting very well, that is user-friendly. SimilarWeb will help give you all the statistics, so you don't even need to do it yourself. So that's step number 1. Go get a proven structure. Use SimilarWeb, use other tools like Rush, or use Ahrefs. These tools are very, very good tools when it comes to doing this type of research. Step step number 2. The next thing you will do after the first step is go and gather design inspiration, right? The kind of design that resonates with your audience, with your ideal audience. Go and get these particular designs so that you can have what to use in building your own website. Don't just use anyhow design. You need to make sure that the design you have is the kind of design that resonates with the audience that you are planning to target. Also use some tools. I will show you some of the tools that I use when it comes to design inspiration, right? I'll look for designs of similar websites with similar demography and interest to the kind of audience that I'm creating my products for, and I will use similar designs. How do you get these particular designs? The best place to go to get this kind of inspiration is Pinterest. Head on to Pinterest, you will see beautiful design inspiration that resonates with the kind of audience that you are serving. Also, you can use websites like Dribbble or Behance. These tools are very good when it comes to design inspiration for your website. Step number 3. Now, when it comes to step number 3, you need to know that whenever you use industry specific terms, your visitors are always confused about what it means. So step number 3 is for you to get your headline straight. Go and look for the perfect headline that speaks the language that your audience can understand, that speak the language that your audience can resonate with and also relate to it. How do you get this done? If you are used to your business or you're used to the service you provide and you already done your research, you'll be able to craft a headline that resonates with them. Or if you are looking for headline ideas, go and use tools like CoSchedule Headline Analyzer. This is an online tool that helps to evaluate effectiveness of your headline, offering suggestions for improvement. Also, you can use tools like Advanced Marketing Institute's Headline Analyzer. This is a similar tool to CoSchedule. It provides insight into the emotional marketing value of your headline. Remember, when creating your headline, your first impression matters, and at the same time, less is more. Step number 4 is clarify your call to action. You see, call to action at a point, like I always say, there will always be a time when you will make the ask. There will always be a time when you will tell your visitors or people interested in your product what to do. Call to action is how you get that done. So define your call to action, make it bold, make it visible, make it clear, and make it decisive. Let them know what you want them to do. Instruct them directly. Tell them go and buy, or tell them buy now or apply now, whatever thing, but make it very bold, visible, and let it be straight to the point. Don't be using sentence when it comes to call to action. Call to action cannot be sentences or a paragraph. Call to action can just be a word or two. Buy now, sign up, book now, right? That is how you create your call to action. Then, when it comes to creating your call to action, there are tools you can use to create a compelling call to action that are very appealing. The first option when it comes to this for me is using Canva. So I use Canva a lot to create appealing designs, and it's very simple. It's not like Photoshop and other tools that you need to be a creative graphic designer to be able to do that. So just head on to Canva, use Canva. You will see a lot of templates. Even the free version of Canva will allow you to create a compelling call to action that is appealing, that people can clearly see what you want them to do, and they will go ahead and do that. If you're an advanced graphic designer, you can make use of Photoshop and other tools for designing your call to actions on your website. If you have some graphic design skill, you can use tools like Figma for call to action or Adobe XD to create a compelling and a beautiful call to action that your customer will like and they will want to click it. Now, step number 5 is very crucial. It's at this step that you bring all your ideas to life. You see, it is very important after putting all this together, from your messages to what you want your client to do, all the steps from step 1 to number 4. At the step number 5 is where you bring your ideas to life. So step number 5 is create a mock-up website. You can do this on a sheet of paper. You understand? Just design how you want everything to be. This is my headline. This is my call to action. This is what I want to use for call to action. You can do that, or you can use a mock-up tool to be able to do the actual mock-up design of how your website should look like. This is very, very important. For instance, if you are not a website developer, you can be able to carry your mock-up designs and send it to the website developer, and he will just develop your idea and bring them to life. But if you are the one designing yourself, It's simple. You already have your mock-up design. You just go straight to work and start to develop your website. So remember, when you're creating a mock-up design, this is like a blueprint to what your design should look like. This is not the design. The mock-up is not the design, but it's a blueprint of how and the roadmap to what the actual design is going to look like and feel like. Now that you have all the steps from step 1 to step 5, from you having your design, mock-up, inspiration, knowing what to use, having your call to actions, and now you have your mock-up design, you are ready to create your website. What tool are you going to use? How are you going to go about this? I have my best recommendation when it comes to building the actual website. But before I talk about that, I just want to let you know that in this video, I'm not going to ask you to like this video or to subscribe to my channel. I believe if you are finding value from my content, you should already know what to do. All right, guys, thank you very much for liking and subscribing. God bless you. Let's move to the next section of this video. Talking about building your website. Now I'm going to show you tools, my top recommended tools that you can use to be a highly profitable website. Let's go into every one of them and I'll tell you why I'm recommending this particular tool. Depend on what you're going to be using this website for. If you are having a creative agency or you are having a digital product, it will vary with the kind of website you're going to be building and the kind of tools you're going to be using for that. So my first recommendation is going to be WordPress. Now, WordPress is a wonderful tool if you're about to build a business website or a general blogging website. WordPress is your go-to anytime, any day, and it's also beginner friendly. And it's a free tool. You don't need to pay for it. So WordPress is the #1 tool I'm going to recommend when it comes to building your own website. The second website is Wix. Wix is known for its easy drag and drop interface. Wix is great for beginners looking to build stylish website quickly. If you are looking for a stylish website and you want to do it as fast as possible, then go with Wix. The next on my list is Squarespace. Squarespace offers elegant templates and intuitive user interface, making it favorite for creative and small businesses. If you are looking forward to building an e-commerce website, then your go-to is Shopify. Shopify is the best when it comes to building an e-commerce platform or an e-commerce website or a landing page, because you have almost everything you need in order for you to host your product, to sell your product, and to collect the cash for your product. E-commerce platform or e-commerce service base, whatever thing you're doing that has to do with e-commerce, Shopify is your best bet and your go-to tool for that. The next on my list is Lead Pages, a fantastic, great tool. I've used it for quite some time and I love the tool. Lead Pages specializes in landing pages and lead generation tool. If you are looking forward to creating a marketing campaign and your focus is high conversion, then Lead Pages is the best when it comes to that. The next on my list is the almighty Sales Funnel. Sales Funnel is the champion when it comes to creating a high converting sales funnel. The major benefit of Sales Funnel is its simplicity and also helping users and visitors, guiding them all through the sales processes from when they first see your product till when they are going to buy and become your client. This tool is very good for guiding prospects, turning them into buying clients. If you have any online products, digital products, Sales Funnel is very good at converting people into buyers. Then the last on my list is Systemi.io. This is an all-in-one tool. Email marketing, sales funnels, course creation, digital products, storefront, all in one. This is what I currently use and advise you. If you're a beginner, this is what you should go for. And it's also free to use. Unlike ClickFunnels that is paid, and Lead Pages, this is free to use. I advise everyone that's a beginner to start with this. If you're not going towards the WordPress route, then go towards the paid version, which is Systemi.io, that starts with a free version first before, if you want to expand and you are growing, then you cannot go to the paid version of it. The key takeaway here for you to remember is that simplicity and customer-centric design leads to better engagement. Then the second thing also you need to take out of this video, your message should be clear, avoid technical jargons, and make sure that all you talk about is about the benefits that the customers get from your service or offer. Last but not the least, when it comes to creating an effective marketing website or a landing page, is for you to remember that every element on your website should aim at engagement and prompt action. Now, once you have your marketing website ready or your landing page ready, the next thing you should be looking forward to do is to start building your own tribe or your own audience. Now, I can tell you for free that the best way to build your audience or your tribe is by building an email list. An email list is one of the most important aspects of creating an engagement that leads to sales and high conversion. That is why the next video on this particular series is building an effective email list. Now, an email list is one of the most important components when it comes to building your marketing funnel. Imagine turning every $1 into $42. That sounds like fantasy, right? But that is a reality when it comes to email marketing. Welcome to the 5th video of our marketing funnel series. Today we'll be diving deep into how to create and grow your email list. If you've not watched the previous video, I suggest you go watch them before watching this particular video. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that email marketing or simply emails are for sending newsletters and just sending updates. But there's a lot behind email marketing that literally turns a struggling business into a multi-million-dollar business. But wait a minute, let me clear the air. Having an email list does not guarantee success. But having a fully functioning email marketing list that is properly created can literally turn your business around. That's a guarantee. Email list will change your life forever. So what's the secret? But before we go into how to create these emails and you start turning your visitors into paying clients, let's talk about why do business owners and businesses fail and how email marketing solve the problem. To do this, you need to understand the psychology of customer journey in decision making. Here's how it starts. The first step is discovery. So your customer walks into your website or your online store, maybe through organic search or through your advert, and they discover your product for the first time. They are interested. They will say, oh wow, I like what I see, but they never took any action. They didn't buy from you, but they just showed their interest. The second step is the research and deliberation stage. At this point, they are still deliberating. Should I buy this particular product? Is it a good fit for me? Is the solution that this product offers what I really need? At this particular point, your customers or your visitors, they are deliberating and they're thinking about different choices that they have, and they're also looking at different futures between you and your competitors. Basically, they are comparing the various products that they have been going through. I'm sure you can testify. Most of the time you buy things online, you check the first website, you check another one, you check different products, and you are making a comparison between prices, the features, and the benefits. That is the step number 2, the deliberation and the research phase that the customer goes through. The third point in this journey is time gap. Now, time gap is the time it takes a particular visitor of yours to discover your product and to the time he makes decision to buy. This particular time gap is the reason why we have email marketing, because most time 99% of business that do not have email marketing get to lose 90% of their clients during this time gap. Let me tell you something. At the point where the client is comparing, deliberating, doing his or her research before buying your product, somebody else is sending them email, nurturing them, telling them the best future, what to look for, following them up concerning this particular interest that they have shown in the past. While you are sleeping, you are not sending emails, they collect your client, even though they saw your product first. The moment you understand this secret behind the customer journey and you introduce email marketing, you start building your list and nurturing them, then you will have access to that particular golden gem that every email marketer have access to. Now we know the value and the importance of an email list. It is that secret weapon that we use to close the gap, to make sure that our visitors eventually patronize us because we are following up with them with our email. Before you follow up with them with your email, you must build and collect these emails. Let's talk about how to build this email. Now, when you build your email, you need to understand your email will give you 2 most important values. Number 1, your email will help you retain your customers' attention. Your email will be a weapon that helps to make sure that your service and product is at the top of mind whenever your visitors are ready to buy something from you. The second thing that your email will help you to do is your email is an opportunity that you use to promote your products to your visitors, even before they become clients. Even for the visitors that turn into clients of yours, your email will still be serving them by introducing new products and new offers, updates, newsletters, and what have you that you might want to communicate to your visitors, clients, and already existing customers. Now, let me give you a story of Emma. Emma is one of my clients that I normally work with when it comes to email marketing. So they are an e-com brand and they sell clothes. The moment we introduced email marketing to their business, the first thing that we noticed was that their sales increased by 20% immediately that first month of introducing email marketing. Before now, they weren't nurturing anybody. They weren't collecting email lists. They just sell straight. You come to the site and you buy. Now, the moment we introduce email marketing, they begin to experience repeat customers. Apart from having repeat customers, first-time buyers tend to buy after visiting the site because the email will go and remind them. Secondly, in Leadpreneur Academy, the first time we introduced email marketing in our business, we saw over 150% increase in engagement rate. Then, 47% increase in sales and conversion. That is the power of email marketing. Before you get to that point, you need to create the email itself. Now, let's now dive into strategies of creating your own email list that will turn your visitors into paying clients. One good thing about email list is the fact that email list is a direct line between you and your customer. It puts you on their radar. There is no way they can miss you because you are always keeping in touch with them. Now, do you know that email list had an outstanding return on investment of 42,000%? Just like I've said in my introduction, for every $1 you spend in your organic posting or in your paid ads, you have the potential of turning that $1 into $42. How cool is that? But here's the twist. As impressive as that statistic might sound, email lists don't just magically create themselves. So how do we now tap into this incredible return on investment if email lists can't create themselves? That's the question you need to ask. Now, to create this particular result in your own business, it all starts with creating a robust email list. How do you now create an email list? In order for you to create an email list, there is a secret weapon that is called a lead magnet that is used to create an email list. That is the major thing that you need to focus on when it comes to building and growing an email list. Your number one strategy is, how do I create a lead magnet? That is where the money is. So, what is a lead magnet and how to create an effective lead magnet? A lead magnet is a free item or service given in exchange for contacts. Now, this is not just any freebie. This is a quick and effective solution that you will give your visitors for free in exchange for their contacts. This could be free trials, PDF reports, how to do videos, checklists, cheat sheets, and the list goes on and on. Remember, simplicity and expertise is the key here. When creating a lead magnet, it must be simple to create but offer real value immediately. So how do we create an effective lead magnet? There are two approaches. Now, the first approach is when you give something for free to these visitors in exchange for their contact, their email, their phone number, or even their address. This particular approach is called ethical bribe. So that is approach number one, ethical bribe. Approach number two is called trust building. It is an opportunity to demonstrate understanding and willingness to provide value up front. So you tell your guys or you tell your visitor that, all right, let me have your contact because I already create a video for you. And this video is about how you can move from step A to step B to step C until you solve a particular problem. So just go right now and get it. They will give you their email and their contact. Voila, they have access to it because you've already created that value up front and you told them that that is what you're going to do. That is building trust between you and them. So those are the two approaches that you use when it comes to creating an effective lead magnet. Now you need to understand that when it comes to creating your lead magnet, both approaches are about understanding the visitor and also solving the problem that the visitor is having. Understanding where they are coming from and you telling them this is what you need, and you showcase, you demonstrate your expertise by helping them with real value that solve their problem that they have immediately. At least not all the problem, but very significant aspect of their problem, like a step 1 or step 2 of the problem can be solved by your lead magnet. Then afterwards, they can now continue to journey with you to get the other part of their problem solved. That is when they get to paying. We'll come to that later. So now that you understand that you have 2 approaches when it comes to creating your own lead magnet, you need to also understand there are key aspects of this lead magnet that you must make sure that whatever approaches you are using, they must contain this particular key aspect. Number 1 is the fact that every lead magnet that you are giving to your visitors, this lead magnet must identify their problem. You cannot solve my problem if you don't even know what the problem is. So on the first instance, you need to be able to know what's my problem and you are giving me solution to it. So your lead magnet is meant to do that. Lead magnet will be able to identify, okay, this is the issue. Yes, I understand you, and this is what to do. Aspect number 2 is quick win objective. Your lead magnet must be a quick win solution to their problem, straight to the point. There is no, okay, after now, you're going to get the solution. No, it must be a quick win, an immediate solution to a part of their problem or a major part of their problem that can now lead them to start solving the other aspect of the problem. The third part of the aspect that a lead magnet must have in order for it to be an effective lead magnet is it must have the element of continued engagement. Let them be able to enjoy what you have in the lead magnet, that they want to continue to work with you. Let them be satisfied with value so much that they cannot do without you, that they want to continue to work with you. Then the last aspect of your lead magnet that you must make sure it contains is the fact that it must be a trust building tool. Your lead magnet is not what you use in selling your product. Your lead magnet, the objective of your lead magnet should be to build trust between you and the visitors. That's it. So the goal here is to create an engagement, create connection, and also establish relationship with your lead magnet in such a way that it solves some of their problem after identifying the problem. Let me give you an analogy of what a relationship expert can do when we want to create a lead magnet. What he can do is that he can offer a free guide, which is a lead magnet, on how to create a lasting connection with others, creating value for the people who seek to build and maintain great relationship with their partners. They can now collect email in exchange for that particular value that they are creating. So you see, after creating that kind of lead magnet that helps you to build connection with people, in exchange for that you get their contact, because connection is the first step towards building a lasting relationship for a relationship expert. So you first solve the first part of the problem. You teach them how to connect with each other. Then they can now come back for you for other aspects of what they need to do in order to continue in their journey. And that could be what your business needs to start having so much client than you can take as a relationship expert, of course, if you are one. So with this now, you already know what to do when it comes to creating your lead magnet. I get this question a lot. A lot of experts ask me, so I don't want to give out my gem for free for people to just have access to it. After doing that, will they still need me? I always say yes, they will definitely need you. Now what happened is that not that they don't want to give out some of their expertise or some of the value that they have. In most cases, people don't just have ideas on what to give as a lead magnet. So let me help you out. So what you need to do is you can use this particular approach. It's called problem solution approach. So what you need to do is identify the different parts of problem that you know your visitors have. Make them, let's say they have a series of problems like from 1 to 7. So your lead magnet should address 2 of that particular problem. That is step 1. Step 2, the particular 2 that you're addressing, if you don't have an idea of what to do, I expect you to have an idea. But for some people, they're like, okay, what do I put in the lead magnet? Just head on to ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT for ideas based on those 2 aspects of the solution you want to provide to your visitors. ChatGPT can generate content ideas for you, headlines, topics that you'll be able to use, and also generate the entire content that you can now vet and go through it and make sure they are up to standard and that they speak the kind of value that you offer. Then you can package that for your visitors as a lead magnet. When you are giving out your lead magnet, you must make sure it's top quality, because when people go through your lead magnet, they will assume when they pay, they're going to get similar stuff. So what you should do is, when you're giving out the lead magnet, I see people just give lead magnets using Google Doc. I will advise you, go get a designer. Let them design your lead magnet. Let it be beautiful. Enhance it with some design. If you don't have design skill, head on to Fiverr, pay $1 or $2. Let them design something cool for you as a lead magnet. That will introduce certain kind of perceived value that will make your client want to pay you higher amount whenever you charge them for it. So don't compromise on your standard. Don't just throw out any kind of lead magnet. Make sure it's up to standard and the quality is top notch. So now you have your lead magnet set, well designed, well prepared, with a ton of value, ready to serve your visitors and keep them coming back to you for more. What do you now do after that? The next thing for you to do is to promote your lead magnet effectively. Yes, your lead magnet will not promote itself. You need to put your lead magnet somewhere where visitors can see it for them to have access to it. First, my number one recommendation when it comes to promoting your lead magnet is on a dedicated landing page. Create a dedicated landing page for your lead magnet where you explain the different aspects of what your lead magnet is solving, the benefits, what are they going to achieve after getting the lead magnet. Then ask them to put in their contact and download the lead magnet. If you do this on a dedicated landing page, you're going to get a lot of conversion on that. Second way to do this is you just add an opt-in box on your existing web page. Let's say you have different aspects of your website, have an opt-in box where you can collect emails from your visitors as you read. Make sure whatever thing that you're collecting email from, where you are putting this particular opt-in box, is related to the lead magnet that you have for them. Step number 3 is using an email automation platform. The goal of this email automation platform is, after you collect the emails, this automation platform will automatically send the lead magnet to the visitors in their own email for them to have access to it. Or they can download it, but the automation platform will be able to collect the email on your behalf, even if you are not sending it through the email, if they are downloading it directly from your website. So you need these 3 steps to follow. Step number 1, make sure you have your dedicated landing page. If you don't have a dedicated landing page, go for your existing website, have an opt-in box. After that, collect the emails, use an email automation platform to collect these particular emails and send out the lead magnet if you are sending it through email. By doing this, you have just created your lead magnet and how to get your emails. Now let me show you my strategy, how I promote my own lead magnet that helped me to get a ton of email lists of over 50,000 email lists in the shortest possible time. First thing I do is that I make sure I target the right people. So I make sure that I put it on the face of the people who really need the lead magnet and the value it offers. When you put the wrong lead magnet on the wrong audience, they will not go for it. They will not give you an email and you will not even get quality leads. Step number 2 is I experiment. I do what we call A/B testing. I experiment with different lead magnets on different of my blogs and articles to make sure I have one particular lead magnet that is converting very well. Then I continue to use that particular lead magnet. The third thing I do is that I make sure that I integrate lead magnet to my other content in such a way that every of my blog posts has a lead magnet on it. That will just pop up, collect email, and I'll make sure that the lead magnet is related to that particular article or blog post. I do this, they are all organic methods, and I generate a ton of leads every single day. Now, do you remember the staggering ROI statistic I mentioned in the beginning of this video? Let me remind you, 4,200% on every dollar you spend on your email list building. You have the potential of making up to 4,200% on each. Simply means $1 can give $42 in return. Achieving that is more than possible with the right strategy in place. I just explained to you what to do. All you need is a very effective lead magnet that does the magic. But it doesn't end there with a lead magnet. After the lead magnet is created, now you started building your email list. What next? In order for you to complete the process, you will need to create a nurture campaign. Now that you know all the strategies that is involved in building your email list. As a matter of fact, this is what every big brand you know. Just check it today. Just be looking at it. You will notice that everywhere you go, you always get a lead magnet. I have one assignment for you. From today, start paying attention to all the websites that you go to. You will notice that whenever they are giving you certain value, they always ask you for your contact. It could be your email or your phone number. That's exactly what they are doing. That is what every big brand does. As far as email list building is concerned, that is the number one strategy. Now you are aware, you are armed with all that it takes to build an email list. It doesn't end there. To complete the entire process that will give you a return of 4,200%, you must know how to collect and nurture these particular emails, because the emails you collect will not start receiving emails without you sending emails to them. So you must know how to create a nurture campaign. You remember that particular gap I talked about in the customer journey? In order for you to close that gap and not to lose your client to your competitors, all you need is a nurtured campaign. A nurture campaign will close that gap and you will turn visitors into paying clients. If you think building a loyal fan base is about your product, service, or even the benefit your product offer, I submit to you that it's about what you say, how you say it, and how what you say about your product makes your visitors and audience feel. And that is what email campaign does to your visitors and audience. Psychology of customer's journey in decision making, where we mention how the first time somebody search about your product, they see your product through an organic search or a paid ad, and they start to engage with your product. That is the first phase, and we call that the discovery phase. Then the next phase is deliberation and research, where they are just thinking about what product to go for. Is your product the right solution for their problem, or they want to consider your competitors? At that point, they are thinking about what to do, which one is best for them, the features of your product, the benefit of it, and all that they are comparing. Then the final stage is what we call the time gap. This is the period between when they discover your product and when they finally make the purchase. The question is this: when they are going to make the purchase, who are they going to be buying from? Is it going to be you or your competitors? And that's exactly the purpose of a nurtured email campaign. A nurtured email campaign helps to close the gap, helps to make sure that you get the sale but not your competitors, help to make sure that you are the one that is building your business via this nurture campaign as the time goes on. So, but the big question will now be, so how do I create an effective nurture campaign that will not only guide these visitors into buying from me, closing the loop that was open after the discovery and the research phase, but making me the number one and the only option and solution to their problem? Let me walk you through the 3 major steps when it comes to building an effective nurture campaign. In the first approach, when it comes to building a nurtured campaign, you can confirm that you have received series of emails from somebody that you subscribed in the past. Now, what happened is that some of these emails come to you as a guided form of educational emails, where they get to guide you on how to patronize them, or they tell you about their product through series of emails that are already pre-scheduled. You just start receiving these emails. This particular approach is called the guided journey approach, where you already pre-schedule your emails. As soon as any of these visitors hop into your email list, they begin to receive guided series of emails to teach them or to educate them and to inform them about the benefit of what your product is about, and to give them quality value for being part of your email list. Over time, it leads to engagement. From engagement, it leads to interest. From interest, they get to buy from you. This approach is considered one of the most common approach by top businesses in the world. The second approach is a little bit different from the first one, and the second approach is consistent newsletter approach. When it comes to this approach, you receive, let's say, weekly newsletter about updates, about products, about the services, This is not to guide you through a particular process or educate you via series of emails. This is just to remind you of product or also tell you about the product, but it's not like the first approach that involves guided structures, that involve guiding you through the email series. This particular approach involves sending regular, predictable email updates to subscribers. So an example of this would be a tech company that sends you weekly newsletters about updates in the tech world and all that, or even a news agency that sends you email newsletters about what's going on in the world every single week. Those are predictable update that comes in such manner. So that is category number 2. The third approach is the sporadic update approach. Just as the name implies, very sporadic. You can create email to send to your subscribers anytime you like. There is no regular time schedule. There is no pre-scheduled email. At any time you feel you have any information, you just send to them. So the communication in this particular approach is not consistent. An example of this type of approach is adopted by Netflix. Anytime they release a new movie, they send you updates about the movie. But if you're a small business owner, you must be very serious with your communication. You should not go with the sporadic update approach, except if you are a company like Netflix and the rest. With these 3 methods, you can choose which one of them align with your company's goal and start to create your nurtured campaign. I would advise that depending on your business goal and objective, you can go with the first one, the guided approach, or go with the second one. Sometimes you can combine both. So you have certain emails that you pre-schedule to just fly for a certain period of weeks. After then, you start sending weekly email like I do in Leadpreneur Academy. So when a student applies to study with us, what they start to receive is a series of 7 emails that goes over the period of 3 weeks. That is the first approach. Then after that, they start to receive weekly emails every single week. But when it comes to the sporadic update, sometimes when we have an urgent information to communicate to the students or to our potential customers, we now tend to use the sporadic update style to send those emails. Now that you understand these particular approaches to create your email, how do you create an effective nurtured email that is well enhanced engagement, establish connection, and also lead to conversion? So let me walk you through 6 simple steps that you can follow to create a powerful nurtured email campaign. Number 1 is quality content. Ensure your emails are educative, engaging, and relevant to your audience. Don't send email that is not relevant to them, as that cannot be considered quality content. Number 2 is creative subject line. You need to create an intriguing subject line that will captivate your visitors into clicking and reading your emails. For what is good in an email that is not read? The headline will make them open the email so that they can get to read about what you have to say. The third thing is the use of automation tools. Without automation tools, there is no email marketing. So all you need to do is to employ email automation platform like Systemi.io, GetResponse, HubSpot for email management and automation. Step 4, you have to be consistent in sender's identity. When you are sending an email, if you send an email as the CEO of the company, you have to keep sending it as that. If you are sending an email with your full name, continue to send it with your full name. Your audience over time needs to be able to know you as though they have seen you. If you send an email today with a different name, tomorrow with a CEO, next tomorrow with the president name, it becomes as though it is a different person that is sending this email. Sender's identity is very, very important, and it must be somebody who is authoritative that will send such an email. So you must maintain a steady email address and sender's identity in terms of name and positions or title. Step number 5 is responsive email designs. Let your emails be user friendly. Don't send email that is not readable or the design is not user friendly, as people like to read email that they enjoy to see. Make sure your email is user friendly and across board. Last but not the least, make sure your email is easy for your subscribers to unsubscribe. Yes, I know that we are looking for emails, but you know what? There is no need having somebody on your email list who no longer need your service or do not want the value you have to offer. If you keep them on your email list, they will not be opening your emails, and that will affect your email deliverability. As such, over time, you will discover that most of your emails are not being sent or are not being delivered to other subscribers who are very much interested in the service and value you have to offer. Now, following this guideline will help you to create the best nurtured email campaign ever. But one thing is missing: the platform. What platform should you use? What are the best and the top recommended platforms? I have 7 on my list. I have 2 that are the best, and I have 1 that is free. Now, the top of my list, without thinking about it, I don't even want to waste your time. The top on my list is Systemi.io. Very simple, straight to the point, user-friendly design. This is an email marketing system on autopilot. This platform is an all-in-one platform. You can use it for creating your courses, creating of landing pages, email automation, payment system, everything that a business needs to thrive online. That is what Systemi.io provides. So, and I recommend Systemi.io as a platform that every beginner can get on using. Even if you're an advanced user like me, you can still use it because I'm still using Systemi.io. The second on my list is GetResponse. Very intuitive design, beautiful style. When it comes to user friendliness, I give them very good rating as well. This platform offers a powerful marketing automation tool for drip campaigns, lead scoring, behavior-based automation. Not only that, GetResponse is also a conversion funnel builder, and that makes it suitable for lead generation. I recommend GetResponse highly. For these tools, I recommend link to the tools in the description below. Then other tools you can consider that does the same thing apart from my 2 most highly recommended tools, Systemi.io and GetResponse, are MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber, ConvertKit, Sendinblue, and the list goes on and on. Now, among the 2 tools that I recommend, Systemi.io and GetResponse, one of them is free from 0 to 2,000 subscribers, and that is Systemi.io. Everything is free: the automation, the course building, the landing pages, everything that you need to start your own business online. If you are not already in business, is all on the Systemi.io platform, and is also free. Use the link below, get it and launch your email campaigns with the platform. But if you're already using an email campaign and you want to switch and you don't want to use a free software like Systemi.io, then by all means go for GetResponse. So the next thing now is, if you are not yet subscribed, I urge you to subscribe and also like this video if you are getting value out of this video. Now, some of you might want to ask, how many emails should I send in order to get the best conversion? Yes, if you are like me, you must have heard that for every time you get a visitor, you need up to 7 contacts to create a good engagement that will lead to sales eventually. So from my explanation, you can get the clue. You need at least from 5 to 7 emails in your nurtured campaign. So let's assume that we are going with the rule of 7, just like I explained. So we need to have at least 7 contacts or 7 interaction between we, the business owners, our product, our service, our value, with the prospect, which is the visitor who opts into our email list. So we need to create at least 7 different emails. The question is, how are we going to structure these emails? Are we going to keep sending them the same email every day, telling them to come and buy our products and services? No. What you must remember is that this is a nurture campaign. There is a difference between a nurture campaign and a sales campaign. A nurture campaign is to establish connection, build trust, and eventually lead to conversion. But a sales campaign goal is to make sales, is to convert them into sales immediately. So in order for us to create series of emails that nurtures them into eventually buying, here is the structure to follow to achieve the desired result. So the first thing that you should send, the first email you should create is a welcome email. An email that welcomes the subscriber, telling them, oh, you're welcome, thank you for subscribing, I'm going to be sending you a ton of value. You're going to set the expectation of what the emails he or she will be receiving subsequently. So basically it's just an introduction. You don't need to sell, you don't need to tell them anything about your product, just introduce them and set the expectation of what they will receive from you subsequently. Then the next email is an educational or engagement email. This email typically will come a couple of days after the first email, usually 1 or 2 days. This particular email focuses on providing value to your subscribers, such as industry insights, benefits of achieving certain results, what to do about them, how to go about them. Very educational content that is packed with value. And the goal of this particular email is to engage your audience by addressing common pain points or challenges they might be facing. This email helps to build trust and also establish your authority in the field or in the niche you are in. The third email should be product and service introduction. If your goal is to promote your product or your service, consider introducing it in series of emails. In that series, you will explain how it addresses a problem or fulfills a need your subscribers might have. Highlight its benefits and unique features. You can spread the information over 1 or 2 emails depending on the complexity of your products and services. Now, after the third email, which is product and service introduction, the fourth email should be email that talks about testimonials, the kind of results that other people have been getting after using your products, as these will introduce some element of credibility and continue to cement the trust you have started building with your audience. So this testimonial can be a case study or a simple video by one of your customers, or even just a picture and reviews in whatever form, but just make sure you have testimonial in order to prove to your audience that what you are introducing them into works wonders. Then the fifth email should be an email with a call to action. Remember once more that this is a nurture campaign, not a sales campaign. In the nurture campaign, your goal is to connect with them and also build trust. So this call to action might not necessarily be a sales call. It might just be a call to action for them to join a free program, or to have a free trial, or for them to sign up for a webinar that you are hosting that is free, or a free discovery call where you get to understand them in a deeper level. The goal is to create this connection and build trust, because we will need this trust later. Then the last set of email that you can start sending will be an email that continues to remind your audience about the call to action that you've sent them before now. So let's say if the call to action was book for a free discovery call, or sign up for a free webinar, or sign up for a free trial, the next follow-up email will be about them, where you get to remind them of the benefit of booking a free call with you, or watching your free webinar, or trying your product. Now, if you have been able to follow all the steps that I've outlined from beginning of this video till now, you should be able to have one of the top, if not the best, of nurture campaign. Now, if you have been following me from the beginning of this video up till now, it simply means you are really into this. And if you can follow exactly what I've been outlining from beginning of the video up till now, let me tell you what will happen. Your nurture campaign should even start helping you to make sales. Even though the goal of the nurture campaign is not to make sales, is to establish trust, connection, and build relationship with the audience. Now, I would recommend you go read this book by Gary Vee, Jab 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 Hook, which simply stands for giving value. Then at the appointed time, you can now make the ask. And how do you make that ask? You make that ask through a sales campaign. Now, this is the final part of the video. Let me give you a bonus. If you're writing your email, it is very important you write email in such a way that it captivates your audience attention, like I said before now, and at the end of the email you are able to get the desired result, which is to establish trust, connection, and also engagement with your audience. I want to share with you a simple formula that can help you achieve that, and I've been using this formula for long. It is very, very effective. It's called the AIDA formula. AIDA, AIDA formula. So the AIDA formula, the A stands for attention, and the I stands for interest, then the D stands for desire, and the A stands for action. So what is the point? The point is you have to create an email. Every one of your email must have these 4 points. One, the email must create and capture attention of your audience even before they get to read it, and you can get that done through the headlines of your email. 2, interest. Once you've captured their attention with your headline, you must continue to deliver value, and you make sure that your email contains solution to their pain point. That is the only way to capture their interest, because now you are speaking the language they understand, because they are having pain and your email is helping them move from pain into less pain and eventually into pleasure. The next point is the desire. Now you must be able to steer your audience desire using your unique selling point, such as the benefit of your product and the result it offers. At this point, you might want to even use some of your testimonials and other proof to show how effective your product is, and that will help steer the desire of your audience, since you've been able to steer their interest and they have been reading all along. Then finally, towards the end of your email, you should have a call to action where you tell them to sign up, book a discovery call, or join a particular group of yours, or even be part of your upcoming webinar. With this, you have cement all that it takes to build an effective email nurture campaign. Now, your nurture campaign is a critical step in your marketing funnel, because the nurture campaign is the foundation that leads to the sales, and that is the ultimate goal of any marketing funnel. The moment you nail your nurture campaign, the next thing becomes easy, which is the sales campaign. Now, sales campaign is where you pull the trigger on your audience. This is where you begin to make the ask and the call. After the jab, this is where the hook will come to play. This is where you begin to ask them to patronize you and ultimately help them solve the problem that you have discovered that they have. So how do we create a sales campaign so that we can leverage on our nurture campaign in order to 100x our revenue and profit? The only reason you create a sales campaign is to increase or to make sales. Yet 99% of businesses don't even have a fully functioning sales campaign that converts like crazy. But I'm also going to reveal my $100,000 sales campaign for free. As I walk you through this process, a major question comes to mind, and the question is, why don't people buy and what to do about it? Even though you have the right messaging, great landing page, perfect product with a ton of value, and of course a nurtured campaign in place, people still don't buy. And here is why they don't buy. Number one reason is customers' indecision. I would like you to know that most times when customer sees your product, they also see other people's product. So they are caught up in between, trying to figure out what to buy, what not to buy, which product answer the best question that they are asking, and at the same time, you have your product to sell to them. So they are caught up in indecision, and that is one of the reasons why most people don't buy your product. Reason number two is similar products in the market. With the market filled with a lot of products, there are almost the same kind of products everywhere in the marketplace. So as a result of that, your product is competing with thousands of other similar products. As a matter of fact, almost similar quality, and that is the reason number two why most people don't buy. The third reason why most people don't buy is because of price. Now, sometimes your price might be too high. At the same time, your price might be too low. You see, when price is too high, they consider if the value you offer is equal to the price you are asking them to pay, or if your price is too low. As a matter of fact, that is the worst out of all. A lot of people will not buy from you because they will think your product is fake, or the product can't fulfill its promise. So price is a major factor why people don't buy your products. The fourth and the last reason I'll be mentioning today is the fact that you have low conversion rate. Even though you're selling some products, yes, you sell here and there now and then, but you're not getting as much as you should. You have a lot of prospects, but you're having few sales. That is low conversion rate. Because of that, you are not selling enough products. Now, this is where sales campaign comes to play. Sales campaign is the magic bullet here. Sales campaign is going to help you shoot your conversion rate off you and tackle pricing issues, help with differentiating your product from other crowded markets, and at the same time help your customers make their decision fast, if not buying immediately from you. Sales campaign does the magic. There is a key aspect of a sales campaign that specifically tackles this whole issue in a unique way and happily allow your leads and prospects pay you with joy. More on that shortly. Now, I get it. For some people, when it comes to selling or asking prospects to buy, that is a capital sin. They don't like to sell. In fact, they hate selling. But you know what? I have good news for you, because in this life we have three kind of people. The first category of people are the people who love to buy. They love to buy only. Second category of people are the people who love to sell. They sell value. The third category of people are the people who buy and sell value. Now, I belong to the third category of people. I buy from people when they have value to sell to me. I'm happy to pay them with my hard-earned money, and I'm also happy to sell value to people who need it, because I know it's going to help them increase the quality of their life, right? But I don't know, which category do you belong? Are you part of those people? You have a product, you have a service that can change people's life, yet you don't like to sell. Why? But I have some answer to some of those questions. One of the reasons why people who have good products and the market is waiting and waiting for them to sell this product, but they don't like to sell, could be because of the following reasons. They don't like to ask people to buy, or you don't even want to create a sales campaign. Is because, one, you lack confidence, right? You don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe in the products you offer to the marketplace. You don't believe in the solution that your service or product offer. That is why you don't ask people to buy, because if you believe in it, you know it's going to change their life. Why not? Then you will start selling to them. After all, it's a noble thing for he who has a grain to sell it to those who are in need. That is in the Bible. The wisest man who ever lived said so. The second reason why you might not want to sell, even though you have a product, is because you know that the product is a low quality product. It is very clear to you that, you know what, if you give them this product, what you are offering, they can't get the value out of it, and you yourself, you know, so you are afraid to sell this particular product. The last but not the least is the fact that you don't know how to create sales campaign, or you don't even know how to create a marketing campaign. So as a result of that, you are not able to sell the product you have. The good news is that is why I create all these videos, because I'm here to teach how to make sales and marketing campaign in order for you to sell the value you have to the marketplace. Now let's talk about the purpose of a sales campaign. The goal of a sales campaign is to close the deal. Period. To sell. Now we need to recognize the fact that our customers or our prospects, they've been receiving nurtured campaign through after giving them the lead magnets that contain a lot of value, and we've been sending them nurtured campaign that has been able to help us build relationship, build trust. A lot of them are waiting for you to say, all right, this is what I have to offer and this is how much it costs, and they will be happy to buy. Now the moment a sales campaign comes through, a lot of your prospects are going to buy immediately. Now the question is, how do we now create a sales campaign? Get our prospect that we are educating them about our product for them to get to buy what we have to offer. Earlier, I will say that is a wrong question. The question is not how do we create a sales campaign. You see, you need to understand what happens before we make a sale. To make a sale, you need to package what you are selling into a magic bullet known as offer. And that is where the secret of selling in your marketing campaign lies, especially in the sale campaign itself. Remember, if you have been following from the beginning of this particular series, you will know that nobody wants your service, nobody wants your products. All they need from you is the solution your product offers to them. The solution is a key word here, not necessarily your service or any of that. The art of packaging that value, that benefit, that solution that your product and services provide to your leads and prospects, it's called an offer. Alright guys, if you think I'm making sense with this offer thing and this marketing things, I would like you right now to like this particular video and smash the subscription button so that you can get notification when I drop subsequent subsequent videos. Thank you very much, guys, for your support as always. Right now, the right question to ask is, how do we create an irresistible offer? Like I said before, an offer is an opportunity you give a potential client to exercise their desire to buy or pay for your solution. And I can tell you for free, a lot of them are waiting for this particular opportunity because we have been creating and nurturing our relationship and building trust all along. By now, they are happy to get an offer from you. Now, creating an irresistible offer involves key strategies that focus on addressing the client's needs, providing value, and effectively presenting the offer. Here are a structured approach I prepared for you to guide you through on how you can create your own offer. Step number one to creating this irresistible offer is your offer must solve a real problem. A lot of people present an offer and they call it irresistible offer, but do you know what? The client does not have a real problem that particular offer is trying to solve. In fact, sometimes there is no problem. There is no problem at all. Or the problem that your offer is trying to present to the client is not a big issue that matters to the person. So that problem is not real to your client. If you don't provide a real solution that touch their main point, that is relevant to their situation, that answer their question, then your offer will not fly. So you must make sure that you create an offer that solves a real problem. Step number two, your pricing strategy. When it comes to pricing strategy, the best way to go about this is to make sure that you have nothing to compare your price with in the marketplace. So you have to make sure your price is outstanding, right? And how do you do that? The best way to do that is to segment and to separate your product from other products in the marketplace. Make sure that you compare your product with the value that they are going to get out of the product and price it based on that. So don't price your product based on what other people are pricing theirs, because you guys might not be solving the same kind of solution. Another way to look at this is to create different tiers of pricing, right? You have a low price, a middle price, and a high price. With this strategy, you'll be able to meet up with different category of people who are looking for different type of price that meets their needs. Step number three is how you present your offer. Your offer presentation matters a lot. You have to emphasize the benefit of your product and the outcome or the result that they will get after getting your product, not the features or the amount of hours you put into it or your qualification. That is irrelevant. The most important thing is the benefit and the outcome they get, which is the payoff that they get after using or after having an encounter with your product. So clearly articulate what the customer will get in vivid terms so that they can understand properly. The fourth step in creating an irresistible offer is to address customers or buyers' tension. Recognizing that buyers' tension often relate to a concern about price and the perceived value of the offer. Now, most times people are going to be thinking about, is the price that you are labeling your offer, does it really match with the value? They are going to be comparing that, and how you go about that is the fact that you must find a way to elevate the value. They must have the perceived value. You must have a way of making sure that your product has a perceived value that is more than the amount they are paying, not equal to the amount. Don't ever try to make your offer equal to the amount they pay. Your offer should always be above the amount that they are going to pay you. Your offer is supposed to be more than what they are paying for. So you have to elevate and give a perceived value that is far greater than the amount they pay you. And that is how to overcome buyer's tension. And the last step to creating your irresistible offer is when you help the client reduce their risks. Your offer must reduce client risks and maximize perceived value, right? Your perceived value must be clearly seen. You must aim to minimize the client perceived risks associated with your offer. You must make it look simple but very effective. So your offer should not be a kind of offer that when they want to use, it's too hard. Before they can get the value out of it, it's very difficult. They have too many steps to go. They will watch too many videos. No. That is showing that there's a lot of risks. They might not be able to finish it, right? So you must minimize the risk attached to your offer, then increase the perceived value. So you let them know that this thing will not take you too much time, but the value is very great. Now, in essence, what I'm trying to say is this: an offer is the source of a marketing and sales campaign. So usually an offer should always increase urgency, scarcity, promotion, and all the strategies I mentioned in the last video, right? Your offering must be compelling enough in such a way that people want to buy, and you need to make this offer early enough in your sales campaign. So don't forget that your sales campaign is meant to leverage on your nurtured campaign already. So you already have the trust. They already have relationship. So you're not thinking about how they feel. No, they already know about your product. You have been educating them from the beginning up to this stage. So you don't have any reason to hesitate. At this point, you are all about selling. And it's not going to sound pushy because you have been nurturing them from the beginning. So now that you have your compelling offer ready to fly, let us create a sales campaign. Now, here is a step-by-step approach to creating a sales campaign. The first thing is your initial planning. During this phase, you must define a clear goal for your campaign. What do you want? Do you want to increase your sale by 20%, 50%, 60%, 100%, 200%? What is the goal of your campaign? You want to increase this particular sale within what period? Within the first quarter, second quarter? You must have a defined goal for your campaign, and also you must make sure your campaign address the pain point of your audience. Step number 2 is crafting your irresistible offer. We just talked about how to craft irresistible offer, and that is step number 2. So at this point, you craft your offer. You make sure your offer contains scarcity, promotions, urgency, and other strategy of influence that will help your client make decision immediately. Step number 3 is crafting your campaign content. You must develop an engaging content that resonates with your audience needs. Now, this could be through storytelling, testimonials, demonstration of a product, and how it works. Now, when it comes to developing your campaign content, I'll advise you to go back and look at either method or AIDA method, the AIDA method that I spoke about during the nurtured campaign. This method allows you to create a content that first captures attention of your audience and also sustain their interests. Not only interest them, but to spark a desire in them, and eventually they will be able to take action. So you must write a campaign that hits all of these major points, right? Attention, interest, desire, and action. Then step number 4 is launching and promotion of your sales campaign. Now, most of us are going to be launching this sales campaign on our email platform, right? Even though other people can still take this same kind of sales campaign and they can launch it on social media platform or on their paid advert platform. So in this case, we're assuming that it is an email campaign and you already have all your email automation platform ready to schedule all your drip sales campaign on the email platform. Now, the last part of creating a sales campaign that converts like crazy is to monitor your progress. You must make sure you constantly track and monitor the progress of your campaign so that you can adjust it to meet the desired goal. Now, the goal here is to increase your sale within a certain period of time. So you have to keep adjusting to make sure that you are able to meet your goal. And your adjustment must be based on market feedback and analysis. The kind of feedback you're getting from your prospect, if they are enjoying it, if they are paying, if they are buying, if they are asking you for more, you take all this feedback to adjust your campaign properly. Now, you must understand that when it comes to sending these emails in the campaign, you have to follow a particular structure to make your sales campaign very effective. And don't forget that nurture campaign is different from sales campaign. Nurture campaign, even though they are similar, but the nurture campaign goal is to establish connection and to build trust. The sales campaign goal is to sell your offer to your prospect. Now, let me reveal my sales campaign structure to you. This is how I structure my sales campaign that has been making over $100,000. Here is the blueprint. So the first email I send in my sales campaign is usually the initial engagement email. So at this point, I send an introductory email about the offer. I let them know this is what my offer is and this is the benefit, and I ask them to take action right now. And the action is to buy now. So from the first email in my sales campaign, after I introduce the offer, I am selling right away, right? I'm not trying to nurture them anymore. I'm not trying to tell them that I will. No. I am selling right away from my first email. And let me tell you something. I noticed that every time I launch the first offer in my sales campaign, lots of people buy. Now, the second set of email that I sent, what I do in that particular email is I highlight the offer value. Now, this email, I talk about all the benefits in detailed format. I explain every single benefit of the product and why they should take action right now. So this is where I emphasize mainly on the unique proposition of my offer to my prospect or my client. At this point, I emphasize how it solves a specific problem or fulfill a need for my prospect and audience. Now, when it comes to this particular email, I use a very persuasive language and storytelling to make it even compelling. Don't forget, they already know about the product and they have been well educated about the product. My third email is about limited time promotion. So at this point, I begin to tell them that I have a promotion, that this is where I introduce a promotion, a discount to my prospects, and I let them know that it's very limited. They need to take action now. At this point, I create a sense of urgency by mentioning limited time promotion, discount, or bonuses associated with the offer. So with this, I encourage them to take action right away before the offer or the limited time elapses. A lot of them get to buy at this point as well. Now, if you really want to know how to do this, I suggest you read book by Robert Lilly. The book is called Persuasion, and the book before that is called Influence. I suggest you read that particular book. Now, the first email is about social proof. This is where I introduce and incorporate social proof, such as testimonials, customer reviews, and success stories of my offer. So within the sales campaign email, I highlighted how other people are benefiting from this particular offer and why they too should do the same. So the social proof is your best chance to showcase how others have benefited from using the offer. So my next mail is the fifth set of email I will send, and this email will be multiple call to actions. I'm going to focus on calling them to take action now. From the first sentence, after the first sentence, I have a call to action to tell them to take action now. When I go down a little bit, another call to action telling them why they should take action now. Towards the end of the email, I tell them to take action. All through is about calling them to take action and not to allow the limited offer pass them by. So throughout the fifth email is all about call to action. Don't forget, I'm still going to be using the AIDA principle: the attention, the interest, the desire, and also the call to action in all of the emails, in calling them to take certain action in each of my emails. Just that in each of my email, I will be having certain core objectives like call to action, like social proof, and all others that I've used from the first email till the fifth email. Now, the sixth email will be a follow-up email, reminding them about the promotion I said, about the social proof, and the call to action again. At this point, you are doing a follow-up, right? You're reminding them of the benefit of your product and restating your value proposition and the benefit that your offer provides, and letting them know that they should not allow this offer and the limited space and the scarcity and all that to pass them by. So guys, when it comes to sales campaign, at this point, you must remember that you are all about sales, and if you don't do it right, you will not get the required results. When it comes to sales, people kick against it because of the fact you get to the point where you keep asking people to buy. I'm telling you, if you don't ask them to buy, someone else would ask them to buy, and this is the best chance you have. Now, the seventh email is a countdown email. This is where you begin to count down about how your offer and your promotion is going to expire in the next hours or in the next days, right? This will introduce the final urgency to remind them to buy and to take action on the offer you are proposing. This email don't need to be just one email. It can be 2 to 3 emails reminding them of the countdown. This is the final email. Usually when it comes to final email, today you tell them this is the final email. The next day you will tell them, okay, this is the final email. Then the third one, you will tell them you will not send them email again. Then you send them the email, right? And truly, this last email, you're not gonna, after that, you will not send them the same sales email anymore. After your sales campaign is over, usually within the space of 1 to 3 weeks of you sending email, you will resume back to nurture campaign. For all the people that are not able to buy during the sales campaign, their issues will be they don't have money, or they are not ready to buy at that point in time, or they are not yet convinced that your offer is the best offer for them. The product you are selling, their cousin or their uncle or their sister is selling the same product, so they cannot even buy from you. Meanwhile, when you talk about the nurture campaign, we keep nurturing them, and after some time again, you resume back with your sales campaign. Usually during festive period, or during Black Fridays, or during end of the month, or your own personal time that you choose to do a promotion to sell more of your products. Now, after this period, you discover that most times when people buy during my campaign, I segment my email. So I have prospects who have already bought. I put them in a different campaign. Those that have not bought yet, they will be in the normal campaign that I've been sending. Now, those particular people who bought, I send them a thank you message, and I continue to upsell them with other product or offer that I think they would love to have after the one they just bought. Now, segmentation of this email is going to help me not to keep sending the same email to people who have already bought. So I will remove them from the campaign automatically, and that is why you need a powerful email automation platform. That is why I love GetResponse a lot. Also with Systeme.io, they both execute the job properly. So you must remember that all through your emails, you must use urgency, scarcity, social proof, and all of these techniques to be able to sell your offer properly. I can tell you for free that you are in for a huge sales with what you just learned. All through from the beginning of this video, you've learned about why people don't buy and what to do about it, which is introducing a sales campaign. And you've learned about the purpose of a sales campaign. You've learned about drafting an irresistible offer. You've learned about sales campaign email structure. I have no doubt that you are properly set up to crush your sale. The moment you start crushing it and you're having more sales, you will want to know how to properly onboard your clients, your newfound clients who are part of your army and soon to be your ambassadors. Proper onboarding is the secret that leads to repeat clients and eventually into clients who are your ambassadors. True story. Imagine dining at a luxurious 5-star hotel. The experience doesn't end by placing your orders and perhaps making your payment. As a matter of fact, that is where it begins. From the presentation of the dishes to having a clean, serene environment, having the server at your beck and call, every single moment enhances your experience. Isn't that beautiful? But except for the fact that this is a metaphor for how businesses should approach customer onboarding after making a sale. I call it serving your value. It's not just about making the sale. It's about the services provided afterwards that ensures the customer satisfaction, brand loyalty, and long-term business sustainability, leading to having a repeat customer that will pay you over and over and over again. So in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to satisfy your customer, increase your brand loyalty, and 10x your business profit through effective onboarding campaign. I see big mistakes that small businesses make all the time, and this is how it goes. So many of them focus on one-time sale and don't think about the repeat sales strategy that makes one client pay 10 times more after the initial sale. Now, most times, the reason why they do this is because they often assume that customer will automatically know how to use their product and services after the sale. They just ignore them and allow the customer do their stuff. Now, the reality of that is that many customers do not fully engage with your product and services well enough to get the desired result. As a result of that, it affects the customer satisfaction and the business metrics. So the customer goes away with a very, very bad experience, labeling your product or service as a bad product or ineffective, or worst case, they even call your product fake or they call you a fraud, just because they don't know how to properly take advantage of the opportunity your product and services offer. And you know whose fault is that? Of course you do. It's your fault. The customer don't even know. It's your job to properly onboard them and introduce them to the best aspects of your product that will make them get immediate benefit of having to use your product and service. Now, this huge problem is simply solved by a simple onboarding campaign. An effective onboarding campaign will not only keep your customers free, it will turn your customers into an ambassador of your product and service. So let me walk you step by step on how to create an onboarding campaign. Usually, when it comes to creating an onboarding campaign, you need to lock down these three most important things, and I call them the 3 I's of onboarding campaign, or the 3 I's of saving your value. Number 1, you need to identify your product wow factor. What is the major thing that your customer get immediately they have access to your product? What is that wow factor that your product has? That thing that gives them the aha moment. They say, wow, this is really, really good. What is that thing? You must identify it and know what that thing is, as that is the aspect that brings the true value of your product on the get-go. The second I is identify your product challenges. Now, what is the challenge that customer usually have when it comes to using your product? Every product have a challenge. So identify what is the hurdles that they are going to have while using your product. Is it that during using it, maybe it involves software or it involves time? What are those things that you've considered over the time you notice that most of your customers are having issues with it? So identify that particular challenge and keep it aside. I will tell you what to do with it. Then the third I is identify your product opportunity. Now, what are those extra benefits? What are those things that when customers start using your product, it opens up a new world for them? They'll be like, wow, I never thought I could do this with this product. I was thinking it was just that particular wow factor, but now I discovered that I can even do much more. I can unlock much more with this particular product. So what are those opportunities that your product can help your customers unlock while using your product? Usually, to get these 3 I's, you can get them all from customer feedback, using surveys, going to review website. Even if you are starting the product, you've not sold anything, so you can't get direct feedback from your customer. Go to your competitors' product, right? Check their reviews, check their surveys, right? Check what are people saying about the product. You'll be able to gather all this information. Then you can use this thing to identify your 3 I's of the product. Then over time, when you start getting your own data, you can now analyze your data to get this particular 3 I's of saving your value as you continue to modify your onboarding campaign. With that out of the way, let us dive deep into how to create your onboarding campaign that will help you turn $10 into $100 into 10,000 to $1 billion. So the first aspect of your onboarding campaign should be personalized welcome message. This is usually the initial message your customers will get after making their payment or purchasing your product. This message should start with a warm welcome message showing appreciation and recognition of the customer. Then quickly you move to the next phase of your onboarding campaign. The next phase will be your education and guidance. Now, when it comes to education and guidance, you have 3 parts of it. So first, education and guidance is you educate and guide your clients on how to achieve that wow factor that you have identified in the first step I talked about, right? So the goal here is to walk them through step-by-step processes that will help them achieve that wow factor that your products have. At this point, the moment you are able to do that, that will make your customer to realize the real value of your product on the get-go. So even if they don't get much after that, I assure you they will remain your client. Now, this could be through email, through a scheduled call, like a video call or a voice call. Whatever method you want to use it. This could be through a recorded video that you've done over some time. So, but the means does not matter. This particular wow factor of your product that will help them get that aha moment. So remember, I said step 2 is education and guidance to help them experience the wow factor. Number 3 is education and guidance to help them overcome the product challenge or the services challenge. Now, when it comes to this particular part, your goal here is to walk them through how to overcome the most challenging aspect of using your product. If clients don't know how to use it effectively, no matter how little the challenge is, they will not get the full benefit of using your product. So it's your responsibility to be able to create a guide that helps them overcome these particular identified challenges that others have been having. So this can also be done using an email or recorded video or a live session that will walk them through certain aspects of your product that other clients have difficulty using. Now, what you want to do here is to develop a strategic content. Usually when it comes to difficulty aspect of your product or the challenges, it's preferable you spend a little attention when it comes to create a tailored solution to serve these clients in order to help them overcome this hurdle. So at the end of the day, hopefully you should be able to eliminate the challenges that they are supposed to have, or if they already start having it, and now they can enjoy the simplicity and the value that your product. Step number 4 is education again and guidance. Education and guidance to explore the opportunities that your product offers. If you've noticed, after step 1, from step 2, 3, 4 are all education and guidance. That is what your onboarding, most part of your onboarding should be about. Educating and guiding them on how to get the benefit that your products offer effectively. So the goal here is to walk them through processes and step by step. Like I said, you can use email, recorded video, or live section to walk them through and explore with them some of the opportunities that is available for them while using your product. This will help them even go, wow, so I can do this, I can do this. You show them the potential of using your product and what they can achieve if they continue to use your product. At this point, your clients are very happy with it. They love the product and they see how easy it is to get what they are looking for, and their desire is met. Now, step number 5 is check in and feedback loop. Now, when it comes to this particular aspect, this is the point where you begin time to time after walking them through the first to the 4th step. Step 5 is you checking in on them to know what they are doing, if they are actually utilizing the product properly and they are getting value out of it after you walk them through using the product. So now you are getting feedback loop. Now, this could be through email or through phone call. You get to check on them and see, oh, are you still using it? How is it? Are you getting your result? Are you getting result out of it? Are you still having challenges, or you are no more having challenges? This point, you are just trying to get feedback from your customers on how they are using your product. Now, the point of this particular part is to help you refine your process, right? To help you refine your onboarding process. So you will notice at this point, you begin to notice that what you thought was a way to show them opportunity is not really getting the job done, or is getting the job done, or what you thought was the major opportunity in your product. Some clients will turn out to tell you that, wow, they've discovered an even better opportunity that your product offers. You see, at this stage, you are learning a lot on the users of your product. This point is one of the most important aspects of the onboarding process. This is the point where you get more from your customers so that you can serve them more, and the process will continue to iterate itself, and it will remain with you, and they will keep paying you more and more because you are the only person who understands them better in the entire market. Step number 6 is the last step you do when it comes to the onboarding process. What you do at this point is to get customer feedback that you can use, right? At this point, you are sending them a review, customer feedback. You're asking them to do their review. After they've given you step number 5, letting you know that they enjoy it and all that, then you now send them a formal way to take a survey or to review your product properly and to give you feedback that will help other people know how effective your product is. So you can use ratings, they can rate your product on different platforms. At this point, the purpose of this is to confirm the effectiveness of the onboarding campaign in order to get customer satisfaction, usage, rating, refund requests, and support inquiry. At this point, you are gathering further information that will help you. All this information will help you to continue to adapt and to redefine your onboarding process. At the same time, you'll be sharing the feedback to other people. This is where you get to use it as a testimonial and social proof for your business as well. Now, I dare you to do this from step 1 to step 6 and see if you will not break your bank. I dare you. You will be having repeat customer that will keep coming back to you, and they will keep paying you over and over and over and over again. So at this point, you know how I do my videos. I never leave you hanging. I'm going to be walking you through 5 tools that you should use when it comes to onboarding campaigns. I'll walk you through the 5 tools that are very essential to handle all this onboarding campaign, and most of them are free tools. The first tool I'm going to be recommending for you is called Calendly. So Calendly will help you schedule all your meetings, right, with all your clients. The moment they make payment, it will automatically show them your availability, and they will book for their first initial session with you, where you get to welcome them and appreciate them. This can be a booking that will come with an automatic email or with a welcoming call. Whatever the case is, you choose how you handle this particular. But Calendly is very good when it comes to auto booking your meeting. So use it, integrate it with your website, and I'm sure almost all the automation platforms can easily integrate with Calendly. The second tool I'm going to be recommending for you when it comes to onboarding is Systemi.io or GetResponse. Now, this tool will help you automate your emails and drip campaign, right? You start all the emails that you're going to be sending, you don't need to be sending them manually. It will automatically add them to your campaign and will be sending them in the right order every of your clients. And you don't need to do this yourself. That is why I say onboarding is just the key to serving your value, because if you know how to do it properly, you will not even need to do it by yourself. You set it up once and it keeps working for you. And the next tool is Asana. Asana will help you in tracking your processes and also managing your project. Depending on the kind of business, this will help you, especially when you have multiple projects that you're working on. This will help you track multiple clients and their job, and also track the progress. If you are a freelancer, for instance, and you are working on client job, Asana is a very good project management tool that will help you track all the processes and the steps that you're taking while you are delivering this particular product. This is very good after when it comes to onboarding, because you can be giving clients real-time feedback on what is going on with their job and how the project is going and how the task is being handled. So they will be in the know, and this will help them understand that they are in connection with you, they are in contact, you are engaging with them, and to help you gain more trust, it will lead to repeat customers. The next tool is Zoom or Riverside. These tools will help you when it comes to video call. If, for instance, you want to have a video call to explain certain things or talk about the product, whatever the case is, whatever part of the steps in your campaign that you are in, and you want to use video call, then go ahead and use Zoom. You have the free version or the paid version, and also Riverside. Link below for all the tools that I mentioned in this particular section. So these tools are very good. Go ahead and use them in your onboarding, and you will love them. Now, another great tool is Camtasia. Why I love this tool is the fact that it will help you record your screen. Maybe you want to do a walkthrough video, right? You want to walk them through certain steps. Maybe you are creating something that is visual. So you want to walk them through, say, okay, click here, let's go to this place. You can be able to create your video and record the screen with Camtasia. It's a fantastic tool when it comes to screen recording, and it's very good for tutorial. So you want to walk them through several steps in your software or in your business or your processes, and you think you need to record your screen while you speak, while you show them what to do. This is a fantastic tool to use. Last but not the least is Google Doc, my most favorite out of all the tools except for the automation tool. Google Doc is what I use to create my content, right? Organize my content, format my content. Every idea I put it on Google Doc, and I can access them on all of my devices on the go. So I don't need to be thinking about, oh, I need to connect or I need to be in one particular spot to have access to my document. Google Doc is fantastic when you are creating your content that you're using during the onboarding. So I would like to give you one final tool. It's a bonus tool, and the tool is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT will literally help you in doing almost everything, right? Like almost everything, even the email automation, if you can link it up with Zapier. So for creating your content, for coming up with tutorial, with the course, everything, like almost everything, like, right? So you can integrate it with other plugins to get a lot of things done. ChatGPT will do a lot for you when it comes to onboarding. As a matter of fact, if you don't even know the challenges that you will have, ChatGPT can also help you in walking you through some of the challenges that people have when using certain products. It's fantastic. And that is the last in the tools I recommend for you whenever you're doing your onboarding. If you are able to follow all the steps I outlined in this particular video, there is no way that you will not be able to have an effective making your clients pay times 10 of the amount that they initially paid. Because what everybody is looking for is the person that can make his life or her life easy. And onboarding does just that. It makes life easy for your client, and they will never leave you if you are doing that consistently, especially on an autopilot. So now you have been equipped with my $100,000 onboarding blueprint. From understanding the purpose of onboarding for 3 I's of serving your value, and following the steps to creating onboarding campaigns, then choosing the best tool that suits your business, it's time for you to go turn your customers into your ambassadors with effective onboarding campaign that I just walked you through. If you find value in this particular video, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for subsequent video. Go start and grow your business and make it work. Have a wonderful day.